Hello, everyone, and welcome to Countless Heroes. Thank you for tuning in. We are here with six awesome players out of 16 on this crazy, crazy thing we do. It's a West Marches style campaign. What that means is I have way too many players and not enough spots to put all those players in. I have players and I have player holes, but I have too many players for my player holes. Six. So that's why we just do this more often than usual. Normally, people would game, once a week would be a very exciting schedule for most people. But no, no, says us. We do 5 nights a week because we're crazy. Well, 4 nights and an afternoon, and then every other Monday we do a little recap. All right. So welcome. If you're all caught up and you've been reading along or watching along, thank you so much. If you haven't, we'll do a quick recap of just like the last session to get you kind of set to where they are now. Even though actually maybe the last 2 sessions because that'll be fairly relevant here with Owen back with us tonight. So 2 nights ago, the players discovered a new drug in town based on a very extremely rare material. Kit should not be looking surprised right now. Hopefully, Kit reviewed all the notes. And I know it was just dramatic emphasis for the audience. I got it. Um, so
It was a fun drug. It was fun. It was.
and
Yep.
they found out that they thought that one of the people who were taking it overdosed and died. Maybe they did, but then their body turned to stone, and they got back up and started running away. It's a good episode. You should go watch it. And they caught this person after every spell in the book was thrown at them, and tied him up, brought him back to the clinic, where he seems to have put himself into some sort of kind of meditative, cocoony like state, which made his body even heavier, kind of some sort of defense mechanism, and he has been in Owen's care ever since, with nothing really being successful at bringing him out of it yet. Then last night, along a similar vein, the players went off inspecting a house where one of the people lives. It's a manor inside of the Pearl District, inside of the rich people's district. It was turned completely to bone after all of the residents, except for one, died within it and returned to undead. This is the third time they've broken into this building. Once pre-boning and now twice after. And when they broke in, they found a surprise waiting for them. The walls became alive, and skeletons started popping out of them. And they fought them off. Found out that the bone around the windows was sealing the window, locking them inside. They broke out as this green ooze that's kind of floating up from the basement. They know if they touch it, they turn to bone because it happened a few nights ago. And they went there looking for a particular individual they'd run into here before, who has some very powerful necromancy magic and seemingly able to teleport through large bones and obviously command several undead. So they decide to leave. They start running away, and as the house fills up with this green ooze, it starts pouring out onto the ground, which the cobblestone and grass and a bush that they put up trying to block it and stop it all turns to bone and then starts to come alive itself, creating a huge, massive sort of minotaur-like creature with an axe. That they start to fight off and quickly decide that they need to run away from. A mysterious figure, which I think they may have surmised might have been the gentleman they were looking for, bailed them out last minute with a magical arrow of some sort, and then vanished on them. Several notes of warning were left along the way, and the shadowy figure left one last warning as after bailing them out. They spent the night, or spent the evening with an ally of theirs, Pinball, and his little friend Mo, and then they went home, and that was kind of where we ended it. So tonight, or today, we've got all sorts of things that they can do. And the first thing I'm going to do is turn to my players and say, hello, Hello, players.
Hello.
And
Hello.
ask them if they have anything that they need to tie up as a loose end before we kind of get into this. And as we've said before, the players, the characters have a standing kind of lunch date. So if they haven't met up for some reason beforehand, they kind of get together and brainstorm and work towards their ultimate goal, which is helping the resistance and overthrowing the horrible vampire king that is overseeing the city. So, does anybody have anything they want to do? Yes, Pip.
When last we left off, Mo the Modron had just thrown Pip a halberd. And knowing full well that the laws within the city prevent people from carrying weapons, Pip is curious if there's a way to go about carrying weapons within the city surreptitiously.
I mean, you're welcome to try. You can disguise it like a barrel of hay or something. A halberd is like 8 feet tall, I believe. So,
Yep.
not quite sure what you're going to do there.
All right, then that's a no.
Okay. There's no real way to hide weapons unless you can come up with something. The resistance is looking for options, and you guys have started negotiating with the Green Iron Village, which is a goblin tinker village, to create some hidden weapons here and there. But they've only been paid for a couple of prototypes. I think Pesk has one, and somebody else has one other one.
Soxy, I believe, has one as well. The box that the large puzzle box.
Yes, the puzzle box. It's a big plank of wood that Soxy carries around, which is not unheard of for her because that's her job now. She's a sign waver for a spa in the district, in the fancy district, and she goes around town half of the time waving the sign around. So carrying wood around is not unheard of for her.
Did I remember you mentioning that an axe is permitted? A dagger or an axe?
A chopping down wood hand axe you could probably get away with. Yes.
Like a hatchet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A small hand axe you could probably get away with, as long as you can justify it in the if you get stopped. But a hand axe or a small hammer, like a little sledgehammer or something, those could probably be justified.
That's all I had.
Okay. Alrighty. So, anybody else have anything?
Owen, for the last 48 hours, has just been basically sitting in his bed, drinking coffee, watching this potentially dangerous statue man, and cleaning his crossbow.
Nothing has changed.
He's standing vigil.
Okay. All right. 48 hours later, and nothing has changed. You are starting to get kind of bored, just being there, I'm sure. But there are other things that need your attention as well.
He works. He takes breaks, obviously, to work in the clinic whenever he's needed, and when he's just sitting there, he's generally just humming to himself or singing to himself while taking care of his weapons and armor.
Okay. Anyone else before lunchtime?
Nathan has been, pardon me. Nathan has been primarily like teaching Mags how to do tricks, and he's been bonding a lot with her. And he's been tricks like playing dead, and fetch, and things like kind of to help her get in the groove of potentially needing to help people. So that's kind of what he's been doing while laying low. So it's just to put that out there.
All right.
Pesk has just been doing her usual morning work at the Divine Foundry, the best she can this morning.
All right. Alrighty. So, you guys are having just a relaxing sort of morning, and some of you are working and taking care of things. So it's going to be coming around lunchtime. Owen, are you going to go and meet for lunch today, or what are you going to do?
At this point, he's been sitting there long enough. He double checks the knots around the legs and arms until he's satisfied. Double checks all the padlocks and then goes out to lunch because he needs a break.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So you guys start heading over towards the beer fort, which is kind of your standing place. And as you start to arrive, it's kind of become customary for a lot of you to kind of wait as they see other people arriving, and most people are fairly prompt. Does anybody think they might be late?
Nathan's probably early.
I'm gonna be slow.
Well, but would you be slow or would you just leave earlier? Is Pest that person that is late to things, or you just didn't think about it?
Didn't think about it.
All right. But you're going to take the ferry across, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll take the ferry.
Okay, so you're not that
I'm
late.
not gonna be super late, but I will probably be the last to arrive.
The Divine Foundry, yeah, probably. But the Divine Foundry is right there on the edge, and so is the Beer Forge. So you're not walking a really long distance from the ferry stops.
No, she's not going to put herself through that today. She will
pay the 5 silver.
Yeah.
All right.
Pip would also be late because he's never been to lunch.
Well, it's in the books.
That's fair, but I mean, he's like, what is Beer Forge?
Rosie.
You ever been to the Beer
there,
Forge?
so
Pip's
she's
never
probably
been?
already there.
No, Pip's never been.
Oh, that's awesome. So Rosie, you would have been told yesterday that you wouldn't be needed today, that she had some bookings. Sorry, you play there more than anybody else at this point. But that there's been some bookings and that you wouldn't be needed.
Okay, then she might actually wander around for a bit before she shows up.
All right.
Playing with her little glitter ball that Lanet gave her.
Nathan's probably there a little early because he kind of likes being on time, if not early, to things, if he can be. It's just in his personality. And Mags is sitting on his shoulder. And I forgot to mention, because I realize some people who are watching probably don't know what Mags is. Mags is his barn owl. It's his familiar, and she sits on his shoulder.
What are you talking about? Everybody watching this has been a devoted fan and has watched every episode before this in great detail.
And if you haven't, how dare you?
How dare.
Yeah, so Mags is on his shoulder.
Having seen firsthand the wound that Primeheart would have gone to Pesk, and he essentially tries to be around her whenever he's not working. Okay. Would be walking in with her.
So, Zach, I'm going to send you a quick message because I changed my mind about something last night. So I'm going to let you know what you see before I describe it on stream.
Okay.
So yeah, so you guys start to gather as the people who are starting to arrive early see the Beer Forge looks packed. It looks extremely packed. There's people outside and they look kind of rough. There's people like sitting and drinking outside in front of the Beer Forge, and as you kind of pass a couple of the other bars around town, they also seem kind of packed. And again, kind of a rough sort of person. In fact, you see a few races you don't often see, like gnolls, and there's even a couple of full orcs, some goblins that you don't recognize from the Green Iron place. Just a lot of and then just some rough looking humans and elves and all sorts of just I don't know how else to say it besides rough. They just look like if you want to get into a bar fight, today's a really good day to get into a bar fight type of attitude.
Salt of the earth types.
So, salt of the earth is usually a positive term, isn't it?
Depends on who's saying it.
There, that's true.
At
So
this
that may be
point-
another good reason to kind of wait outside for a bit till everyone gets there before you head in.
As soon as Rosie shows up, she'd head inside. She doesn't.
All right. So Rosie, Rosie said she was going to look around a bit and shop, but so when you get there, you do
she's
see
not gonna
Nathan
shop, she's
outside. Well, wander, I meant. Well, you're shopping. You're just not.
I
doing
haven't met him,
that
so I
kind
have
of
no
shopping.
idea who he is.
Nathan and Rosie have never met.
He's a stranger
Wow,
to me.
that's right. Not even in the Preludes. You guys met in the Preludes
Nope.
No.
in the first week. No, all right.
No.
Nope.
They never met. I like how
alright.
me and her. It's funny.
All right. And then Prime Heart would be down there, probably. And then Pip would be heading down there. So you guys start to kind of see and gather a bit. Rosie has got a couple of goblins that are sitting around outside, kind of checking her out. Catcalling and stuff.
Just hisses at them. Me too.
Pesk will slowly be making her way around the corner, as she's still looking real tired after the events of yesterday. And as she gets a little bit closer, you guys will see a huge Lichtenberg lightning scar going up her chest to her shoulder and up across her face and up into her feathers. And I will put it in active place so you guys can see.
Immediately upon seeing this, Nathan's just gonna. Oh my God, it's Pesk.
Hi, sorry. I'm a little slow today.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you should see the other guy.
So wait, did you find your swordsman?
No, bad joke.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm standing, thanks to Prime Heart
Oh shit.
and a bit
Does that make-
and Bill and Saldana. Yeah.
Well, thank the gods for that. If you need, I know scars ain't the most fun thing. If you need any treatment to help with the more annoying aspects of it, let me know. I got some ointments that are good for that sort of thing.
Thanks. I'll let you know if it gets to be too bothersome.
Absolutely.
You look badass though.
Oh, thank you.
Cooler than mine.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but this ain't exactly my scene. It looks like at the moment it's a little bit
Rowdy.
busier than I like for lunch. And I'm guessing we probably don't want to be discussing anything in there. So, does anyone have any second Pest? Don't you have like a tea place you like to go to?
Yeah, Prime Heart works there, but to be completely honest, I could really use a beer.
Fair enough. We'll wade into the fray.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
The owl on Nathan's shoulder sees the rat, and her
Rosie
attention
went-
just goes directly to the rat.
Rosie went inside as soon as she got there.
She did? Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind. I thought she was outside. Never mind.
You know, she would have ducked under people's legs. She doesn't care how crowded it is.
Makes sense.
So actually, Rosie, the goblins and a few others are kind of blocking your way a bit, and not letting you past. But they're wanting to talk to you, girl.
I will bite all of your noses off
Promise.
if you do not get out of my way.
She's gonna try to shove past him.
They won't let you pass initially. They just kind of try talking at you. Can do talk at you.
Does Nathan see this happen?
Sure.
He's gonna go over and he's gonna walk up and stand behind Rosie and go, I'm sorry, gentlemen. Is there an issue here?
Oh, look out! One eye.
The owl screams. She just screams at them.
What's wrong with your parrot?
Young lady, You want me to take care of them?
No, I got it.
You want me to hold your bow?
Oh yeah, she's gonna take care of us. Woohoo!
She's gonna bite one of them.
Go ahead and make me
Do it.
attack roll.
Oh, you didn't
What do
say
I
they
roll
were free
for
snacks?
bite?
Unarmed strike?
That's when Pesk would probably walk up. Is when Rosie is starting to bite and attack.
Rosie, you didn't say there were free snacks?
Wait, you know each other?
Oh wait, yeah. Oh, Rosie. Yeah.
Your name is. She's like gnawing on one of the like the fucking nose.
I don't know if they're not.
Goblin.
I need to check. I'm still
I
waiting.
can't find it. I'm sorry.
Is it unarmed strike?
Uh, yeah.
What if
Usually
the
it's not
You just do
listed.
a
Just be.
/R.
Okay. Would I be proficient with my own teeth?
No, it's an unarmed strike, unfortunately, unless you have a bite attack. Unless you have a
I
bite
do.
attack, yeah.
I have a bite attack.
Straight strength check then.
It
Improvised
okay.
weapon?
Did not roll. Because it logged me out. That's why.
Oh,
That's fun.
Sorry.
I'm trying to-
Difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Oh no.
Remember, it's
15.
There we
standing
go.
back with his arms crossed. She can take care of herself.
I'm
It was
going for
a
one of his
15.
ears.
Okay, so unfortunately, yeah, you snap out, but he's just like, God, and they kind of just start waving their hands and just kind of back off and walk away as Primeheart and Pip finally catch up, or just Pip, I
Yeah.
think, right? Whatever, whoever.
I thought so.
Just, she's gonna try to walk in.
Okay.
So as
I
Owen
want
is like
food.
talking, if like you guys want to go somewhere, there goes Rosie. Okay.
Yep.
Is she one of us?
Yeah. You
One
read
of
about
us.
Rosie in the journals.
Oh, is that
That's-
Rosie from the tunnels?
Yeah, there's Rosie.
Such a
I
common
didn't know
name.
she was so small.
Everything is Rosie.
Yeah, no, she's small, but
She's terrifying. I love it.
yeah, she's really scary. Actually,
It's phenomenal. I love it.
So as
I
you
think
push
she's roaring.
open the door, it erupts in song. You've never seen this many people all singing the same song. They're just finishing up the last verse of this song, and it goes something like this. He brought the beast from deep below, rocked the brick and stone to defeat his foe. Our eternal king from shore to shore, proved he'd rule from now till evermore. And everybody just erupts into raucous laughter and excitement. And it's about that time, just between the crowds, you see one empty table with a little colorful sign on it that says "Reserved" with 2 V's. And a backwards letter in just bright, brilliant colors.
That's our table.
Pip has not been here.
It's really loud. I don't like how loud it is.
Pip likes how loud it is.
I'm kind of jealous. I never got a crowd like this.
Nathan looks physically uncomfortable.
now it sounds like these crowds are singing a nice little tune celebrating our dear monarch. That's
We sh-
that's lovely.
it sounded kind of sarcastic, but let's just be careful then.
It was definitely not sarcastic.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Never mind. Sorry.
These people seem to genuinely enjoy the lyrics.
Nathan's gonna reach up and he's gonna kind of push Max a little closer to his head and kind of keep a hand on her to try to like focus on something that isn't the noise.
Just muffled noise. Just
Put the owl against your head. It's fine.
Cyclops man can touch Pip as well. Pip is furry.
No, I'm good. Thank you. He's gonna pet Max. She's gonna like play with his hair.
Cyclops man should suit himself.
And Pip will walk in on all fours, like
Please don't
move
call me
towards
that.
the table.
Okay.
His name is Nathan Pip.
We've met. You know me.
Oh, it is you.
You comforted me because you told me your family's gone too. God.
All you humans look the same.
Pip only saw you from right side. Did not know you only had one eye.
Speaking of which, I don't believe we've actually met, but Pip, I presume.
Pip is Pip.
Pip is Pip. That's good to know. I'm Owen. So, Logan, you said there were a couple like rough-looking elves as well in this
all
crowd?
sorts, all races, but they all just seem very rough and tumble. They seem like they're scrappers or something. You get the idea that they're not sitting in an office every day type of people.
All
These
right.
seem like people who normally work the docks and things like that, and are from this town for the most part, but they're not people that gather in definitely large groups. Seeing them all in one place, and you look at them going, you get the idea that you could see why they might be the type of person that would support the king.
Yeah. At that point, Owen's going to grab an empty tankard if he can find one, like on a table somewhere.
There's tons.
There's a conscious change in his posture. He's no longer straight backed. He kind of purposely sways a little bit.
Okay.
He goes up to a nearby elf and says, "Well, hey, what? Glad to see you're out here celebrating. What are we celebrating today? It's a good time. What are you out celebrating here?"
So this elf turns to you, and it's an Eladrin. So they have. I just blanked. What color skin do they have?
Light golden, don't
The
they?
golden, right? It's a goldenish. It's the metallic.
Yeah, a lot of them are
looking.
golden.
Like
There's
it's
a
just
range.
off and just kind of but there's just like a light little kind of golden skin to it.
Depends on
It
the
turns to
season.
you, and it's actually very clean and just got this kind of beautiful vest over a nice black shirt with this kind of tan vest over it. And turns to you and clinks his beer against Joyce and goes, "Friend, don't you know what day it is?"
To be honest, I've been a little bit out of it. I completely forgot. Is it? Oh, it's today the day.
Today is the day. Just the start, of course. And takes a big drink.
And how do you celebrate today? Is the traditional? Is that how do you go traditional celebration or more of a new age way of celebrating?
1 second.
Fucking love Owen. Fucking love this asshole.
So he looks at you and goes, I'm trying to figure out how to answer this question. He turns to you and says, "Friend, for 17 years we've done it the same way, and we shall continue to do it forevermore." And takes another big drink.
So, given the timeline, would Owen then consider this a celebration of the king, like an anniversary of the
Give
king
me a
in
history
power?
check.
Alrighty. That's a natural one.
You are but let's find out how lost you are. Do you want the?
I'll go. I think this is my first one for the campaign. I'll take a
Alright.
hero dice.
You make up some random historical event that you believe that it is, that it has nothing to do with what you really think it is, and we're gonna say that's what you blurt out.
All right. Oh yeah, this is the day that they got that giant duck out of the lift, right? Like it was just like a real pain in the ass. It took like 50 people. Is right? It's like, yeah.
Like there's like 12 people turning at you now, like, friend, and he puts an arm around you. Let me buy you another drink. And goes up and just throws down some coin on the counter. It looks like right now, if you don't say what you're ordering, they're just pouring irons. So they pour 3 more irons for the money and they throw it on the dwarves are working. You don't see Ivy, by the way. It's just the other dwarves working today. She might be in the back or in one of the back rooms or something. Friend, this is a very important day. This marked the beginning of the end. This is the day she died. And for 7 days we celebrate because that is what led to the rising.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is what led to the cleansing. And he'll just take a drink.
How could I have forgotten? I thought this was more. There's another thing coming up next week. It's a bit more local, but of course it's today. If you'll excuse me, I've got to use the gentleman's room, but it's a pleasure meeting y'all.
Of course. And as he turns, he goes, "To the rising!" And everybody erupts to the rising. And then right after, "To the cleansing!" And even louder, "To the cleansing."
And he, as he's walking by, he like, are there any plants at all in this establishment?
I don't think there's any plants in here, no.
Then he just finds an empty tankard, pours it out into the empty tankard, that resumes normal posture and walks over to the rest.
What's going on?
Well,
Ivy.
I believe these lovely folks are celebrating the death of good old Lady Enid. Bit distasteful, if you ask me. I don't know all that much about it because I've only been in town for about a year or so. But yeah, these are, we might call them loyal to the crown at the very least.
Why would they celebrate that? I heard
He's
of
a
her.
fucking
She was the bugbear that went on all those good adventures, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Indeed, she was.
I've only ever heard good things.
Are we sure we still want to have our drink here?
I want to leave as soon as possible. Thanks.
Let's find an alternative.
So right as you say that, a dwarf, this kind of almost kind of like pale, pasty kind of skin. You've never seen this kind of dwarf before. Walks up and slams his hand down on your table. How come you get a reserved table?
Because people actually like us.
Did you need more of an answer?
That's why.
You're leaving, right? Saw you about to stand up.
You can't have our table.
You might want to watch your pet.
She'll bite your fingers off. You're gonna be fine.
You might want to watch your tongue, lest it get burned from your mouth.
I was gonna say I don't really need to watch anyone. I think every person here can kick your ass on their own. So I'd mosey on if I were you, friend.
That's okay. I'll wait till you leave. And he kind of leans on the table, turns around and leans on the table.
Pip will
Owen's
climb
gonna
on top of
turn-
the table.
What? Sorry,
Sorry,
you
Pip?
go ahead.
Pip will climb on top of the table and just lay
Alright.
down across it.
Like splooting? Like he's fucking splooting?
Pip is now table noodle.
Pip is a good table noodle.
So he's just leaning there waiting. What do you guys do?
I noodle.
Owen turns and looks around. and if he's looking for people who look particularly cantankerous.
Particularly cantankerous besides this dwarf?
Yep.
There's probably a half dozen easily next to you.
He looks around and finds the meanest, nastiest looking person, probably a full orc if he can find one.
There's a couple of full orcs.
Owen turns and says, "Well, in that case, it's just a table. I think we should be going." And as soon as he gets up, leaves, he casts message to the biggest orc he can see.
All right.
Hey, friend. Just wanted to let you know that dwarf over at that table, you see him? He just said some very rude things about you, and I think he even mentioned your mother. I don't know what your beef with him is, but you might want to deal with it.
Give me a persuasion check.
18.
Fuck.
All right. All right. So this dwarf is still leaning there as Owen gets up and starts to leave. Is anybody else leaving?
Pasca's gonna get up and leave. And just as she's starting to pass the next group of people, like not the ones right next to them, but like a wave away.
Be like, man, I can't believe that guy was insulting the king like that on today of all days.
Starts walking up.
Primarch's following.
So is Nathan.
Dwarves have no respect.
Pip is still noodled on the table.
As
Oh God.
as Nathan gets up and walks by, the dwarf is like, and just kind of wipes it on your owl.
He turns around and he presses his palm to the man's face.
Okay. He licks your hand. We got a problem, fella?
Yeah, he's got it. And he's like shaking, and he starts to see a little bit of light come out from underneath the eye patch, purple light.
At that, Owen puts his hand on Nathan's shoulder. Now, friend. This is a bad place to show our cards. Don't worry. People like him always find enemies.
I didn't know I could see two chickens at once. Kind
While
of
this
turns
is
back and looks at
happening-
Pip. Yeah.
How drunk is this man?
He doesn't look that drunk. By the way, while this is going on, the orc walks over and pummels some random dwarf. Just one shot, dwarf is down off the stool, had no idea. No one seems to have cared. He failed a perception check.
Rosie is going to try to steal any sort of coin purse he has on him.
He doesn't seem to have any coin purse on him.
Does he have a dagger?
He's got. He doesn't have a dagger. He's got a pack with him. If you want to try to root around in his pack, like a small little satchel he's got.
I'm just going to try to cut the bottom of it.
Okay.
While he's talking and like taunting Nathan and shit.
All right. That's gonna make noise if there's coins or something that falls out. You know that, right?
Oh no, I'm not trying to steal it. I just want to cut it and then leave.
That's my point, though. You cut it, and gravity works faster than you can run. Trust me, I've tried.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
As soon as she does, though, she's booking it at the door.
All right.
$16.
All right. Yeah. You cut it. I'll give it a perception check. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Ooh.
23.
Yep. He kind of turns this way. You run that way, and he sees all the stuff start to pour out of his bag. Hey. He kind of looks around, doesn't see anybody. The doors.
Come on, Pip. This is not a good crowd.
Pip will inch forward onto the table and then noodle
As
off the table.
As he bends down to pick up his stuff, he kind of rubs his butt on the table.
Bite it.
Are the tables are wooden, right?
Yeah.
Pip
Oh,
will,
that's a good itch right there. Yeah.
Pip will 1,000 years of torment.
I have no idea what that is.
Yep, I know exactly what you meant, Kyle. With his tiny little
What do you need from me?
fingers.
I have no idea. I don't even know what it's meant to do. So
Roll
you
for
stick your
Goosey.
fingers
I'm
up his
goosing- I'm
ass. Is
goosing
that
him.
basically?
I'm goosing him. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm goosing him.
He stays bent over. I didn't know we were getting friendly. Kind of rubs it a little bit more back.
Pip has miscalculated.
Does he have a beer?
This dwarf, no, he doesn't seem to have a beer with him.
Okay.
He seems to be trying to get a table.
Pip will just find a beer that's like sat down and just like.
Sure. So you're gonna get off the table at this point.
Yeah, I noodled off the edge of the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't sure if you were finishing that with his butt on the table or not.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no.
So once you're off the table as the last person, he sits down at the table
Okay.
and puts the reserve sign face down.
Pip's got no skin in this game.
So you find the beer and
And just rinse my hands off because I touched his butt.
just in some random person's beer.
Yeah.
Roll me a d20. This one's gonna be your fault. Let's see if anybody noticed. Specifically, let's see if the beer owner notices. Nope, no clue. All right, so that was a 12, by the way. So you just start heading out the door there. Wow. All right, and you guys leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody do anything else?
Nathan's seething, and his owl is like puffed up and trying to clean herself. Like, what the fuck?
And Owen's trying to stop Nathan from getting us all killed. But beyond
Yeah.
that,
I am shocked you guys made it out of there. You guys,
I am
you are
too.
a better man than I, Gungar Din.
Yeah.
oh, but Owen does remember his face.
Probably. I mean, there's a lot of faces in there.
Nathan grabbed his face. Can he remember?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, when and if you hunt him down or happen to see him possibly again, you'll probably remember.
Is Mags like visibly upset?
She's like preening and trying to fucking clean herself. She's a mad owl. She's like making these little trill noises.
Pip will grab onto his tooth necklace and kind of mutter something under his breath, and then look at Mags and start hooting at Mags. So he's cast Speak with Animals.
As you're casting that, those two goblins are out front still. They came back after you guys went inside, and one of them looks at Nathan and says, 6 copper for your chicken. Let me have your chicken.
I will gut you like a fish.
7 copper. I'll pay you 7.
I'll eat your nose.
I'll flay you like a fish. Not
It
just
kind of leans over and says, I'll give you 3 silver for your woman.
Tess
He
grab.
punts him. He punts him. He's just gonna fucking punt him.
What is Pest doing at the same
Tess
time?
was going to pick both of them up, crack their heads together, and go throw them in the canal.
Go take a swim and cool off.
Well, that is you guys can go ahead and have the first round. I'll let you have that. Then we'll see what happens. So go ahead, Pest, give me a grapple check. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to grab both. This is not how the system works. It's kind of, if they were willing, yes, but not. So Nathan, go ahead.
I
And
don't think they're willing.
Give me a punt
Would that
check
be-
on the other.
Would it be athletics
be-
or
Athletics, yes. It's for you. For you, it's athletics. And Nathan, for you, that's an attack, an arm strike.
That's a 4 because I have disadvantage. I forgot.
An arm on strength.
Why do you have disadvantage?
Because I am exhausted.
Oh yeah.
I have 2 levels of exhaustion right now. I completely forgot.
Oh.
I may not have done that.
You're
Had I
like, huh, oh shit. Okay, yeah, right. That's
never
a,
mind.
that's the thing about the so little exhaustion. You don't remember. So Nathan, what'd you do?
I'm gonna try to punt him. I don't know what to roll.
It's an unarmed strike. You guys should all have unarmed strike on your character sheets for these types of reasons. But anyway, it's just a strength check.
Okay. That's a 12.
So as you lean back to kick, he jumps out of the way, and they kind of back off and walk away. How about 5 silver? And they just kind of run away. They run around the corner of the building.
Rosie's gonna chase them.
Hey, whoa, little one. Come on.
And then turn around and come back.
Okay.
All right.
Well, if we didn't
Yeah,
like that bar on, if we didn't like that bar on a normal day, I say we just burn the whole thing down right now. But we want to come back tomorrow.
It's normally very lovely.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry they treated you like that, Rosie.
That's why I'm not with goblins.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Why was our reserve sign on the table?
So I'm assuming that Max is just staring at Pip as he talks to her. She's just like, what the fuck? Like just cocking her head and like swiveling it and just like
Pip's just like talking trash about the dwarf. And
oh, she's
like,
talking trash right
yeah,
there.
just like, no, he's garbage. Like,
Trash man.
he's an owl that flies around in the daytime. Like,
Trash man.
He's terrible.
Trash
I
man.
I don't know why it was on the table. Maybe they grabbed it by mistake for someone else or something. Needed a reserve sign for like the band or something, and so that was the only one they had. And we just were mistaken. But yeah, that was the tea.
It's supposed to be a sign. And that says that we're safe to talk there, right?
Well, that in conjunction with the Cecily Special is now the dual we're safe to talk. We have a double fail-safe methods. I'm gonna assume I didn't even
You're
look
gonna
at
use
the
our
sign.
sign for anyone?
I don't think they're supposed to, but I didn't see Ivy, so maybe the person didn't know.
Doesn't matter now. Just curious.
It is a bit odd. Let's find a better location. Yeah, and I can't stay out too long. I gotta keep an eye on the gentleman.
Yeah, I think I need some tea. I think that's what I need. That'll punch one of them in the face.
Do I know of any other place to get a pint?
Every place
Just
that
like
you've
a beer?
seen that you've been looking, all are full of this type of person right now.
Oh, okay.
It does not seem like it's just one bar.
The tea garden is like this too?
No, I didn't say that. He
But-
said this, you can't
oh.
get a pint at the tea garden, though.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, you can get a
I
pint of
didn't-
tea.
I couldn't hear. I'm so sorry.
Primeheart was going to try to get a beer for Pest because Pest needed a beer, but
Pest can live without the beer. If it means I have to deal with those folks, screw the beer.
Owen will reach inside of his coat pocket and hand a flask over.
I'm a very grumpy goblin.
I'm a very grumpy human. I think we're on the same boat, Rosie.
I don't know who you are. But
Hi.
I'm Rosie.
He's gonna kind of bend down and kind of get on his knees so they're a little more closer to eye level. And goes, Nathaniel, call me Nate or Nathan. Either way, I don't care. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay. Your owl doesn't eat rats, right?
No, she does. She won't eat yours though.
Are you sure?
Yes. She's not a normal owl.
My grandpa got carried away by a hawk.
once.
That's unfortunate, actually. I'm sorry to
No,
hear
he was
that.
kind of a dick.
Oh, well then maybe it's not as unfortunate as I previously aforementioned. Do you want to...
We don't live very long anyway. So him being around that long was kind of a nuisance.
Oh. Her name is Magdalena.
Yes,
You can
Pip
call her
knows.
Mags. You're talking to my bed. Okay. Oh, God. I need...
Today's been very interesting so far.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's get some goddamn tea.
Please?
Don't they have those fish biscuits or whatever? Those are pretty decent.
So I guess we're going to the tea garden?
Yep, which isn't too far of a walk. I'm just gotta get one thing here.
So, Pip,
Yes.
I haven't really gotten to talk with you before, and now I'm just curious, can anyone else here talk to animals? Because that's been something that's been a recurring theme with new people I meet, and it's just, now I feel I should just get to know if everyone can talk to animals. But
I talked to a Grishk and other animals. They
I'm-
don't talk back, but I talk to them.
well, that's normal.
I'm Mark can talk to
I
animals.
can speak to animals. Yes.
Well, you also have trees that take care of your house. Like, that's to be expected of you.
This is
I
true.
can
Wait.
talk to her, but only to her.
Are those the trees that almost killed me?
Not those ones specifically.
I was gonna say, technically, those trees didn't do much of anything.
They danced.
Okay.
They did a little jig for us. It was phenomenal.
We were the happy trees.
Pip has not seen happy trees.
They used to live with Bob Ross. Now they live with Primark.
Who's Bob Ross?
He was an artist guy.
He was a painter, one of my role models, actually.
Oh.
You got squashed by the Leviathan, unfortunately.
May he
Oh.
make
Joe! Joe, what the fuck?
Yes, Pip can talk to animals.
That's mighty impressive.
Sometimes Pip can convince the animals to tell him things that they would not normally.
Did they tell you many interesting things, or mostly where all the good berries are?
The good berries, the good rodents, where the creatures are that are scaring the rodents, where they live, caves, these things. Talk about many things.
As soon as he mentions where the good rodents are, Rosie tucks a Grish behind her head.
They did.
Pip does not eat
I
rodents.
think it was a compliment.
Okay. If you're sure.
Well, Pip is a very, very brave and good hunter. He will eat other things, but not rodents.
Pip is here to try.
I'll be interested to go on a hunt with you someday, Pip.
Pip would like that.
I am very sorry for my behavior. I am just in a very sour mood.
Oh no, I think you earned that behavior, darling.
Still not nice to be mean.
Rosie, we love you for who you are. Don't try to be anything else.
Well, thank you. But I still should not be rude.
It's not rude to fight back when someone's giving you shit, darling.
No to you guys.
Yeah, be rude to them.
Oh, you weren't rude to us.
I would have eaten both of their ears if I got close enough.
If I had more energy, I would have eaten them too.
I don't think I would have eaten them, but I would have done something.
I don't think they serve any purpose other than to be food when they're that way.
See, that's a little too akin to cannibalism in my mind. At least in my case. So,
rather not partake in that event.
I mean, that's fine. You're not lizard folk, so, I mean, it's not quite cannibalism, but yeah, I understand.
The fact that you had to put the descriptor quite in front of the term cannibalism, not quite that's okay, I'm not gonna question anything anymore.
Tessa is laughing. Tessa's like clueless.
I know.
Tessa's really amused. Tessa's like, what? I don't get it.
Also, thank you. He turns and he kind of looks at Owen.
Don't think anything of it.
No, I would have died. That would have been really bad.
It would have, but
That's
well,
why I don't socialize, why I don't go out.
I am going to get some tea and get away from this awful, loud, rowdy, drunken music.
I thought we were already gone and walking.
You are
She's
welcome.
big old ears. She can hear shit.
All right, I think that was
Oh.
it.
Assuming we're walking past a bunch of different taverns.
Yeah, it's all the taverns that are doing this, so it's sounds rather raucous right now.
Rather rockish, if you will.
So you guys approach the tea garden, which the entire outside of the place is almost full. Looks like you're not the only one that had this idea. But as you head on inside, the inside is only about half full. And Kurt Bramblenut is standing behind the counter. A little slightly portly, tall gentleman, about 5'10", 5'11", actually about average height, I guess, for a human. Except on the wall there is a little plaque that proudly says "World's Tallest Halfling," and above that it says arc letters "Certified." And he just kind of laughs and starts waving you in. Come in, come in. What can we get for you?
Anything?
I know this is probably
Anything.
sacrilege. Do you have any coffee?
Coffee?
I figured I might as well ask.
Of course we have coffee. Sit down, sit down. Come. Best table in the house. And he kind of brushes it off a little bit. Even though there's nothing on it, just kind of wipes it anyway.
Can I
Reinhardt, you were
And you hear somebody next to him says, I thought we got the best table in the house. And he looks, they're all the best table in the house. We have no bad tables here.
Can I get coffee as well? If you don't mind.
Coffee. What is it
Reinhardt,
about coffee that you find so desirable over tea?
More caffeine.
I want to burn my tongue. Or just, I don't care. Please, whatever you recommend, actually. So,
Can I get hot chocolate? Do you guys have that?
Of course.
Yes, please.
Reinhardt, you work here. What do you recommend?
Well, I am partial to the herbal teas because I tend the gardens here. Don't know, has kind of a divine flavor.
I will have whatever Primeheart decides to have. It sounds like he knows his way around the menu.
I do know what
Just taking my
Prime
meal.
likes. So he starts to make up your drinks. And as he's doing so, he's actually behind the counter making them as he looks to Pip. And for you, my fine friend,
Can Pip smell the things in the tins?
of course, we don't use tins here. And he starts pulling jars out, little sampler jars of all of the different teas. Pulls out of about a big tray of about 40 of them and just sets them down on the table in front of you.
Pip
I
will
love doing that.
start smelling a few and
Okay, no, this, it's, this, this good, yes. I'm going to this, and we take a little more, and this one is good, and then all this, yes, okay, this good, and
and he piles probably at least like 4 times as much as you would need for a pot, like just in a pile on the table.
Okay.
What?
Pip would like this.
All right. And he kind of picks it up and gathers it up and starts making you tea with it.
Also, if you have dried apricots and cardamom and a little bit of cinnamon and some saffron.
He kind of looks over and says, that's already in here in the different blends. Do you want more?
Yes.
Ah. All right. Then he'll add some more.
Actually,
You're a very strange individual.
do you have anything with lavender?
Several. And he'll put those in front of you.
And he'll pick just one of them. Just anything with lavender in it, he'll take one.
People recommend chamomile as well.
Chamomile and lavender actually sounds lovely.
All right. So he finishes making up the drink, starts bringing them over. Puts little sand hourglasses next to each of your pots, all different colors to show you when you can partake, and then just leaves you to it.
Now Tessa wants tea in real life.
Yeah, no, as soon as we go on break, I am brewing some tea. Nathan's gonna relax back into the chair.
This is much better.
Yeah.
People's heard something about egg tubes.
No.
I don't think they serve that particular delicacy in this establishment.
That was at the place we just were.
I just don't understand why they booked them and not me.
There was nobody there. There was nobody playing. That was the entire bar singing.
Okay.
Nobody was quote unquote booked.
Okay, because
As
she was
you,
told that somebody was already
Correct.
booked.
You
that
were
day.
told that.
Yeah.
No, that was literally the entire bar singing.
They're probably trying to protect you and not keeping you from getting mixed up and all that. No, because Ivy actually likes you.
Yeah.
Just think how many people might be coerced into having some of that Zozo sauce or whatever it's called.
That's what we should have done. We should have got the dwarf a shit ton of Zozo.
That would have been good. Said that if he drank like 6 of them, he could sit at the table. But all of them.
She's gonna put her face down on the table, like, "Yeesh."
So. Why are we here?
Why are
We're
we?
having tea?
Well, I mean, you would think that being taught how to talk to people, I'd be better at talking to people.
Take your time, Nathan. We're not going to judge you.
There's also the matter of fact that if we want to discuss business, we should do that at another locale.
We could do that at my place.
I was gonna say, oh mine. Actually, not my place. Bad idea. Bad idea.
No one will listen in mine.
How big is it, Rosie?
Very, very big.
We
It's
could
the
always
sewers.
we could always go into the library too. Pimple's library.
This
So you
is
were told
true.
that was pretty safe to talk in most of the time.
I'd love
If
to
I
see
remember
Pimple again.
correctly, actually, if I remember correctly, we were told that we couldn't trust that everyone in there would be on our side of things.
Right, but it's not. It's a small enough room that we'll know if somebody's in there or not. It's pretty rare.
I wouldn't mind visiting Kimball.
It's just a thought. We don't have to.
Well, the other thing is I do need to get back relatively soon. I don't want to leave the statue alone. For
How
too
long had you been watching him?
I mean, since we got him back to my clinic, we can't exactly trust that he's not going to try and run off again. Speaking of which, Logan.
Yes.
Did Afra ever come and take a look at the statue?
So Afra did come and take a look and had basically nothing to say. He's never seen anything like it.
Okay. I figured. I just wanted to clarify.
I would be okay with going to see Pinpool.
All right. Sounds like that's what we're doing then.
Okay.
So as you guys are there and kind of looking around and taking in the atmosphere, I assume you ordered sandwiches too. They do sandwiches and things. And they're not tiny. They're tea sandwiches, but you get like 6 pieces per. So you get a lot for every order. And they're not that expensive. So you actually get really full. It's that halfling hospitality.
Is this first breakfast or second breakfast?
You don't get to make that joke. You've never watched that movie or read the books. You don't get to, Jenny.
I wasn't allowed to.
I am calling you out right now. Oh, you've had time. You've had time. I've offered this. Anyway, that's off topic.
There's an amazing foxtrot where the 2 geeky characters talking to their sister about the extended editions of the movies, and she goes, I can't believe all these extended editions are coming out, blah, 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 whatever. It says, who would want to watch 40 hours of Lord of the Rings? And she walks away after a panel of nothing happening, and they look at each other and go, oh, we were drooling too much to answer her. Damn.
Lord of the Rings Marathon Extended Edition only. It's the only way to do it.
With the 17 endings. All right. As you're looking around, some of you, Pip, I think, and Pesk, and I don't think Primeheart went to the party. So Pip and Pesk will see over the corner there's a woman sitting there drinking tea with a companion that you see the back of. You can't really recognize. She's got this beautiful dark skin, a little bit of like a white tattoo kind of on the side of her face. She's an elf. She's got these really tight braids that kind of go back and into this kind of almost a bun, but then several of the braids kind of come out in these beautiful kind of falls towards the back, and they have little metallic ribbons twisted around them at different spots. She's got several piercings all up her elven ears. She's wearing a tight white collar that goes up, and she has an extremely slender, long neck, and all the way around the top of this white collar, it's like lace. And then there's this high-collared kind of red shirt she's wearing. The collar stands off from her neck a bit, almost stays up by itself, and it's got this gorgeous kind of filigree gold work around the edge of it. And she's just kind of laughing pleasantly at the person speaking. You recognize this as Anika, who was at the party.
Did we catch her name at the party?
I'm not sure that you caught her name. Well, I mean, you probably, again, it's a big party. There was a lot of times for introductions and things. But I don't think so, because I think you may have been avoiding her because she was with Tybalt.
Do I know who she is?
No, actually, I don't think you do. She's not from around here. So
Okay, would I know of her or no?
probably not in the context
Okay,
of
good.
which she's coming into the game. And she's kind of laughing pleasantly at whoever her male companion is. But as you, if you want to take a longer look and kind of look across the tea garden, you would kind of start to get the idea that you think the companion is Tybalt.
Oh, I recognize him then.
You definitely know Tybalt.
Oh, I definitely know him. I'm just gonna. Okay, now I'm back to being uncomfortable.
His
Everything
family
all
just
right?
died. What the hell's wrong with you?
Pip recognizes this lady from elbow rubbing party.
Yeah, she was there.
Because the last time I met Tybalt was here, would I recognize him at least?
Yes, sorry, I didn't mean to mention that you recognize him as well from his time. He was very rude to Saldana.
Yep.
He was not nice to Saldana at all. He was quite nasty, actually.
I really.
When did you see that, Pisk?
I was there when we fought the trees, and then we saw him here at the tea garden when he was bothering Saldana in the preludes.
Okay, I didn't think you were here, but all right.
Yep, because I jumped into the water after the trees and they ran away.
No, I know you were there for that part, but I didn't think you were there for the previous part.
Oh no, I heard about it.
Oh, okay, got it.
I really don't like him.
Well, it sounds like he's not entirely likable, so that's understandable.
Yeah. Nobility will be nobility.
Pip thinks we should meet the lady, though.
Yeah, why? What's so special about this lady?
The DM named her. That's how you know it's important.
I
Nathan's
mean,
gonna take-
you're not wrong.
Nathan's gonna take note of her, the way she's dressed, and would he be able, he'd be able to put it together, like that she's higher class.
Pip's gonna sidle away from the table and start to slink his way over to their table.
Okay.
Just watch. This should be entertaining.
Yes. Pip is very entertaining. He is a masterful dancer.
I feel
We
like I
seem
need
to
to go
have-
over there too.
Seem to have lost someone.
We have lost Primeheart.
Oh
Oh no!
Yeah, it's doing the black screen thing on stream.
Fixed it.
Yay!
Hey. Goodbye.
Hopefully he will be back soon. Alright.
He is tending to tea people.
There was some like punk trying to rip up shit from his garden.
Did you say he's tending to TP?
Tea people.
TP. You gotta shorten it around here. The tea business
Is
is
that
very brisk.
GB's cousin?
Yes.
Toilet paper.
Nobody caught that? No one? Come on, that was a good joke. Do I have to mute you guys to do it? The tea business is very brisk.
Ha 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 ha.
I'd like
That was
to,
funnier
I'd
than
like to
you
put in
had.
my, I'd like to
Oh,
put in
you-
my resignation.
Fine.
Pip thinks he has let this steep too long because it tastes nasty.
That's
Don't you
one.
boo me. Good
Are we
lord.
going
All
to
right.
be waiting for Primeheart?
Nope, we are not waiting. We do not wait on stream, other than for my bad jokes,
Just-
evidently.
Yes. So Nathan's going to watch Pip do this and go,
I should
Let it happen.
I don't,
It's okay. Just
So are you actually like on all fours along the ground, kind of slinking through, or are you like just walking over stealthily? What?
Just on all fours, just walking. I'm not trying to be
Okay.
stealthy. I'm just like,
Well, but it's a lot less likely they're going to see you that way. So do you approach from the side or from behind Tybalt?
from the side.
Okay.
No reason to not be direct.
At one point, she kind of leans over and kind of whispers and covers her mouth. And Tybalt just kind of like looks out of the corner of his eyes at you as you're crawling on the ground over to them, and kind of hopes you're not coming towards him, and just kind of starts talking to her again about whatever he was talking about. And then you go up to the table.
And then stand up on my hind legs. Yeah.
Hello.
Can I help you?
No, Pip is here for lady.
She giggles.
Pip thinks that you dance very pretty at the elbow rubbing party.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
For
Goodbye.
saying so. And she actually puts a hand out and stops you gently, very lightly. Her touch is extremely light. So if you wanted to like push away, you could, but just like leaves out. And as he does, and she says, "Oh, my apologies. It is rare to see someone so furry. I hope that's not offensive."
Pip is very furry.
Yes. Noticing it and saying it are two different things.
Most people who Pip meets say he is furry. This
must
is
be very
some say powerful
Boring
course.
for you.
Logan,
No,
Yes?
Primeheart is back, so you should fix
Oh, thank you.
the thingy. Sorry for interrupting. My apologies.
Primarch's back.
Back again.
Primarch. Welcome back, Primarch. Welcome back. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What, another offensive question. What are you? I meant to meet you at the party, but I couldn't.
Pip is Pip.
You're,
I was hoping for that.
Pip is Faroche.
Oh, I've heard. In my studies, I have heard of your kind. I have never seen one or met one. You're, from that island, where the chitin are from, yes?
Pip knows of this, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm just affirming for myself, dear.
Pip hunts deer. Pip is not deer.
My apologies. Do you have any, in your own language, are there any words of endearment that one would call another?
He's gonna stop and think, and is like, endearment. Oh yes, because we were just talking.
To turn
about
people
that.
into deer.
Yes.
And what would that be?
Kyle's blanking.
You can always just say you tell her something.
I
So
tell
what would
tell
the,
her.
What
a
would the
couple of
translation
words.
be for this word?
I'll say like things like friend, companion. Say one for child, like an affectionate term. Like you would refer to a younger.
Sure. So as you kind of tell her these things and kind of explain it a little bit, she goes, "Oh no, something more friendly and not demeaning."
He will say the word for mate.
Oh, that's a pretty one. What does that mean?
When Boy Faroche and other Faroche
She starts giggling.
want to produce baby Faroche, we will wish for little pips.
How about we go back to friend? And she just kind of smiles.
And he'll say like the one for like companion.
Okay. And she,
This is
yeah,
most
so she
appropriate.
excellent. So in this conversation, whenever I say something like deer or something, she's actually saying in Faroche, trying to mimic the language saying that term.
I will make things up. I will get an entire list of words because I love doing that.
That's great. Do it.
Okay.
So Pip, what brings you to Cinderhaven?
Hunting.
You're a hunter.
Yeah.
That seems very impulsive. What do you like to hunt?
This one. Pip has hunted basilisk. Pip has hunted land shark. Pip has hunted giant spider. Pip has hunted deer. Pip has hunted for many things.
Glass shark.
He coming for you. But no
Do you
trust.
keep trophies of your kills?
Pip holds up his necklace.
Only the very challenging kills. The
Oh.
other ones I sell.
I see.
You have been to Tip and Tail, Tip to Tail, Tip and to Tail, Tip to Tail.
No, I have not. And Tybalt, who's getting kind of annoyed by the conversation, leans over and goes, it's where the peasants go to get their meat.
Yes.
I love him.
Sounds lovely. I shall have to go and take a look.
Rosie's gonna like pat over and like tug on for Pip's tail just a little bit.
Sorry. Your tea has been steeping for a really long time. I just wanted to let you know.
Pip needs to go. His tea will taste like trash.
Not here, I don't think, but it was nice to meet you, Pip.
Yes.
And
As he walks away, she's just like,
I'm sorry, I tugged on your tail. I shouldn't have done that. I'm really, really, really sorry.
It startled Pip.
I'm sorry.
As they're walking away, Nathan's gonna take a deep breath, straighten his outfit, and he's gonna stand up. He's gonna walk over. Doesn't make his presence hidden at all. And when he gets to the table, he does a polite bow to the lady, and then looks at Man.
I recognize you. Would be rude if I didn't say hello.
She kind of smiles and I assume you're talking to Tybalt there. Because
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
he's
recognize
talking to
her.
Tybalt when that, but then he turns around and goes,
Tybalt looks up and says, "Oh, it's Nathan. Nathan, this," and introduces kind of friend.
Anika.
Anika, this is Nathan, the royal cartographer.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mum. And he kind of offers a hand in a polite way.
She'll take it. Oh, I've heard of your family's work.
Yes, very, very accomplished, very talented family. We are.
I was a little concerned about one of the more recent additions to some of the work you've done, that your family has done. Maybe a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, there was some. Well, there's the trade routes through my city. They were not. Well, they were not there on the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can rectify that.
I would appreciate it. It was one of the things on my to-do list as I came into town.
Well,
It's one of the reasons I'm here. I was very, very worried. In fact, it made it seem like the road that is there was very treacherous to get to my city, and it would have diverted much of the trade, well, here. So I was very concerned.
absolutely, I can understand your concern. I had no idea. I'll rectify that as soon as possible. If you'd like, we can arrange a time for you to come to the estate, and we can sit down and talk about it.
How about this evening? And Tybalt kind of leans over and taps her, says, there is a curfew. And she goes, oh, that bloody curfew. How about this late afternoon?
Late afternoon. Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Be my honor.
I'll see you there at 6.
All right. Tybalt?
Nathan.
walk back to the table.
As
Who
you
is that?
just as you turn, hold on, just as you turn away, he goes, "We didn't see you at Sildana's impromptu ball. Busy, were you?"
Kind of sets his jaw. Yeah, unfortunately, I had other business to attend to. Wasn't able to make it. Next time, hopefully.
If there is a next time, she seemed to get along well with several of the other men. Well, have a good tea.
Mm-hmm. You too. He goes back to sit down at the table, and he feels so much anger, but he's keeping it.
Who is
inside.
that?
Familial connection, that is all. And a lovely young woman who I hope to get to know better.
Yes, Pest.
Was that loud enough for someone with a passive of 14 to have heard about
Yeah,
Saldana?
this place is fairly quiet, so... And Tybalt was not being quiet at all.
Nope.
Especially with the royal cartographer part.
Yep, and he's like really tense now when he comes to sit down. He's very tense.
Pets will look at Nathan and goes, "Huh, that's really funny because she seemed to not like anybody there but us." Oh well.
Sorry, what?
And she says it pretty loud too.
You make maps?
The Burrell family, yes, we, the royal cartographers. I am.
That's really cool. From what I know, maps are really hard to make.
They are.
So that's awesome.
I wonder if you have any that go out to where my family swamp is.
I'm not sure, but I could check in the archives.
How's your tea, Pip?
It is warm.
That's good.
Tess puts a hand, or I should say a claw, over Nathan's hand and just kind of pats it. And just,
"It's okay, don't worry."
What's it? I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna take his teacup and he's gonna sit. Not really looking at anyone anymore. I'm out of coffee.
All right. So you guys finish up your tea. A few minutes later, Anika and Tybalt leave.
Goodbye, companion.
And she says, "Farewell, companion." I'm assuming though the Frosh language is a little bit more harsh than a romantic sort of language.
Yeah. It's just very cutting to the point. It's like there's not a lot of metaphor.
Ooh, she got a 23 on perform, so she says it pretty damn well.
Damn, girl. I like her.
I think she liked you, Pip. It sounded like you're developing a good friendship.
This is odd because many people find Pip not likable.
I was gonna say abrasive, but that works, I suppose.
I would say those people are wrong.
Pip is very
I
soft.
agree.
I'm abrasive. I mean, I've got scales. You can feel it. You're all smooth and soft, and Pip is all fuzzy, and then I got bumps.
My hands aren't soft, but okay.
He's kind of got calloused hands.
All right. So you guys head out, and I assume you are heading back to Owen's place. Probably already been gone longer than Owen wanted. He's probably getting a little antsy in his pantsies, and you guys head out there. Where else do you keep your ants?
In the ground?
How do you get them out when you need them?
You put it on the desk, and then you feed it to Spider Bro.
All right.
Usually Pip has to talk to his uncles.
Jesus Christ, that took
Not
me
this
longer than I'm
again,
proud of.
Kyle. Not this again, Kyle.
Love you, Kyle.
God damn it, Kyle.
Feroce do have big families.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're practically just littering them all over the place.
Just fire them out like a t-shirt cannon.
Overly
So
prolific.
no, hold on. No, hold on. Littering gets 3 or 4 looks, but Brisk got nothing. Screw you all. You know when I threatened to increase the difficulty level because of Jenny's complaining? It's going up even more now.
Oh no.
That's it. It's, you know what? You get back and this creature is like 30 feet tall and has like a Gatling gun and some dynamite. And, I'm just...
The
Bring it.
Gatling gun
He
shoots.
walks away.
The Gatling gun just like shoots likes.
Yes.
Likes
It's
and
just
subscribes.
upvotes. All right. So you head on back. The padlocks are still in place. The building is still secure, so he did not get up and leave like he did last time. So you guys have to leave town and head into the slums area, which is kind of hard to get to because it's technically over the river. So you got to kind of go over a makeshift bridge to get to it. But you get there, and as you walk through several of these this makeshift buildings, and kind of, it's almost like a maze, and it always seems to be different day to day. Every time you come in here, either it's different colors or different walls, and people are repairing and patching, so it just seems to constantly change. Not dramatically, but you never feel like you're really familiar with this place. Owen seems to be, but visiting casually, you just don't quite get it. And you return into a large, several buildings that basically had walls kind of opened up and been reinforced a little bit to become kind of a little medical center. Owen and some volunteers have been taking care of several sick people here.
Yeah, and he's going to check in, make sure nothing's burned down while he was gone, and then go back around and check in on his petrified friend.
Okay. So you start to undo the padlock.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear from the other side of the wall, because again these walls are very thin, and you just hear kind of muffled, "I'm awake. Don't hurt me."
Absolutely. That was never our intention.
It's kind of almost an echoey sound, like there's a hollowness to the voice itself.
Now, of course, you understand we still are on the same terms. We can't have you running off while you're a danger to other folks you might touch. Are you okay with staying here for a little bit while we talk?
I'll do what you require.
Can I roll insight to see if I believe that or not?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll insight, but you're at disadvantage because you're just talking through the wall. You can't see any body language. You just hear.
Oh, that's a natural 1 if it's a disadvantage. I've already got 1 hero dice for the day. So I figure, he's just going to go ahead and undo the padlocks.
All right. As you do, he's standing over in the corner. Or no, he was chained up, wasn't he? Or shackled to the bed.
He was
so he's
not.
He's still laying on the bed or tied down or whatever. But his eyes are open, and he's sort of open. They were kind of open before, but you could see kind of eyelids, but it's all just kind of flat as this as everyone else walks in. There's basically a stone statue. It almost looks like a larger version of Syl is laying in the bed. This kind of alabaster yellowish white marbled sort of stone in the shape of a person, and is laying in the bed strapped down to the bed. The bed is also, the springs are much higher than they were. Well, it's probably not springs, but it's not sagging or creaking or looking like it's about to fail like it did before. So you're guessing the weight, he's not as heavy as he was.
Now, obviously, I think things are probably a little bit unpleasant or confusing. How are you feeling besides, weird?
I don't know how to answer that.
You're not in pain from the... What's the last thing you remember before waking up in this state?
I woke up and I started running, and you captured me.
You don't remember anything before that?
There's nothing before that.
My apologies, friend. That's a conversation for a slightly later date. But seeing as we have not met before, what would you like to be called?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, for now,
Pip will say the Farosh word for companion.
Now we have to make it up, Kyle.
Someone already did.
Of course. Of course they did. Of course they did.
That's not a bad idea. We'll just call you a friend for now. Insert Farosh word.
Did somebody really make up a word?
Yep.
Yes,
What is
Jenny.
it?
Look at Jenny. It's Jenny.
What is the word?
Take Rosie for Farit.
Farit?
Farit. Yeah, like Farit. Farit.
Farit.
All right. So for now, we'll call you Farit.
I guess.
So you have no memory before that.
There is nothing before that.
Is there anything you need? Are you hungry, thirsty, tired?
I am not hungry or thirsty or tired.
Do you have any questions we could answer for you?
When can I go?
Well, that really depends on where you want to go. Is there a place you need to be?
Yes.
And how do you know that, if you don't remember?
A feeling.
Sometimes you just know.
Well, I certainly understand that. Where's this feeling telling you to go, friend? We may even accompany you. We are as curious as you might be.
I do not know.
Wait. Do you think you're in love?
No.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Storyteller in me. I wanted to. Sorry.
No, it's not a bad idea. There's very few things that are more powerful of a draw. However, if I remember correctly, when you were running before, you were headed towards the mountains. Does that ring a bell? Does that resonate with you?
No. I remember running, but only to escape.
Escape from here.
Yes.
Were you frightened?
No.
Then why run?
Preservation.
I understand that. Okay.
Is this maybe?
Who is threatening you?
No one. Everyone.
You just feel like you are being threatened?
No.
No.
Okay,
Do we know exactly how Goa are made? Created? How they exist?
Are you in character or out? I can't tell.
In character.
Oh, okay.
Still does, but I don't.
Question is, do you even recognize the term Goa? Fareed? Do you recognize the term Goa?
No.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I sure shit wish Sil were here.
me too. I haven't seen her in far too long, too.
I haven't actually got to meet. I actually haven't got to meet Sil in person. I'm looking forward to it, but
She's a blessing.
She's very awesome.
Probably my best friend as well.
Do you have a pen?
a pen?
Yeah, here.
A pencil. Thank you.
Here, I have. His hand goes to his art supplies, and then he just. Yes, okay, cool.
Pip will take the journal and go over to the corner and start taking down like notes about what's going on.
Now, you said you just have an urge to go. If we walk with you, will you show us where this urge is leading you?
I don't have the urge to go to the mountains.
Where you want to go, though. Whatever's drawing you to go somewhere.
I don't know exactly where I'm being drawn.
Well, let's just take a walk then. You take the lead and we'll follow.
Why?
Because
We're curious.
We're curious, and we want to make sure you're going to be all right. We want to make sure you're not walking into trouble.
And if you are walking towards outside of the city, then we can look at maps to see what is in that direction.
I actually able to provide those, probably.
We just want to help.
I don't feel like I need help.
Well, think of it more of as helping us. Then we'll owe you a favor.
Helping you do what?
I'll be straight with you. For a moment there, you touched my arm. And something started that was very dangerous to me. Could have hurt me real bad. We just want to make sure that ain't going to continue.
You were attacking me.
Was that intentional? Is that something you have to focus on, or is that something that just happens when someone like me makes
Kind of looks
contact?
down at his hands. I think it just happens.
May I touch your hand? You were able to stop, right? When you pulled away, it went away, right, Owen?
That was because I pulled back mighty quick.
I'll pull back very quickly. Do you mind if I touch your hand?
He puts his hand out, palm up.
Pesk very lightly puts her hand on top of his,
Pesk,
ready to pull it away at any second.
As you start to lightly just touch, maybe touch once or twice, and then slowly, like you're testing if something's hot almost. You put your hand on it, and nothing happens.
There.
So it might be more of a panic response.
I don't think I could do it again. I don't think it's something I can do.
It may be that whatever transformation you were undergoing, you weren't fully completed. If you went into that meditative state, like you were saying, where he was kind of like out of it for a couple of days, maybe whatever was going on or whatever happened wasn't fully done when you touched Fareed.
It's entirely possible. Now, what exactly, beyond just going, wherever you might go, do you have anything you want to do? Anything that drives you? Any desires? Any goals? Anything in that head of yours?
Not yet.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll come with you. Because the place out here is mighty dangerous for someone to go alone. Wouldn't wish any of us to go anywhere alone, really. And we don't want you getting hurt before you need to get where you're going.
I won't be.
What makes you so certain?
I just know it.
Would you like the opportunity to talk to someone like you? Might have a bit of insight.
Someone like me.
Yeah.
You've met others.
We've
Sort
met.
of.
Yeah.
Yes, she's one of our very good friends.
Yes. Bring her here. Now.
I can try our best.
Try to find her.
Baby's trying.
Yeah. We'll get her down here as soon as we can. Might take a little while, but I think she'd love to meet you.
All right.
Do you promise not to run until she's ready to meet you?
I will not run.
All right. And he'll cut the bindings.
So he kind of sits up and rubs his arms, almost, you think, instinctually, because it doesn't look like they hurt him any at all.
Thank you, Fareed. We just want to make sure that everything is okay for you. It must be very scary to have no memories of what happened.
No. I feel no fear.
Well, on one hand, that's a good thing. On the other hand, fear is mighty useful sometimes. Let us use our fear to help you a bit.
I didn't say I was incapable. I just said I don't now feel fear.
This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a hold of our friend. She'll have a chat with you. I'm sure she'd love to chat.
She may even know where you're being drawn to.
It's entirely possible.
Her name is Syl, by the way.
I heard this name when I was being drugged back here in chains.
I was
don't
not there
remember-
for that. I'm sorry.
Out of character, did we mention that? I don't remember us talking about her.
You guys said something about Syl. If it wasn't there, it probably happened in while you were
Okay.
tying up or something.
But it was from us
It's
and
some-
not from.
You know, it would have been you guys. I'm sure you guys at some point said we really need to talk to Syl about this, you know?
Probably, yeah. Now, Is there anything you want in the meantime?
Yes, and.
Yes, and. No, I was thinking if he like heard it in his head or something, but
No. No, he heard it from you guys.
okay.
You learned it from
but-
us.
Learned it by watching you.
Is there anything you need while you wait?
I need nothing.
Not even entertainment, companionship, good joke.
I need nothing.
All right, no jokes.
Oh, Pip knows a good joke.
I bet you do.
If you do not need anything, would you like anything?
I will hear Pip's joke.
So there is one Farosh. He is older than the Farosh. He go out with younger Farosh, and they go on hunt. And younger Farosh is not good at hunt. And older Farosh say, "You are not good at hunt." Ha ha ha! They both laugh.
Hilarious. Very
That's a good joke. I like it.
Very, very, very good.
It was one of my father's favorite jokes.
Father had good sense of humor.
Logan, what time is it in game?
Probably 1:30 afternoon, maybe 2.
Because I have feet that can let me know. And I keep track of what time it is until it's getting closer.
All right. Well, we'll give you some space.
He doesn't
And,
seem like a danger at anyone anymore.
Yeah, no, I
do not
think.
need space.
Well, would you prefer for us to stay here?
No.
That's what I thought. So we'll be taking off, but we'll be back with Syl at some point.
Thank you for we just want to make sure that no one tries to do anything to you if they don't understand. That's our concern. And Syl might be able to help with that. I understand you probably can, big, tough, Koa, probably can take care of yourself, but, it would help.
All right. We'll leave you to it. And he just kind of opens the door and motions.
Now that Nathan feels sufficiently awkward, he's going to wander out of the room.
All right.
Where's Rosie? Well, she's gonna just pop out.
Okay.
So 3 Farosh are at the lake, and 2 of the Farosh are swimming, and 1 of the Farosh is not swimming. And the 2 Farosh who are swimming, they say, "Hey, you should swim." And the Farosh who is not swimming says, "No, I do not wish to get wet." Ha 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 ha.
Classic.
You are a star, Pip.
Pip is Farosh.
Wait, I thought Pip was Pip.
Pip is all of these things.
Poor K, no low stoves.
Do you have any thoughts, Primeheart?
This is out of my element. I'm not really sure. Sorry.
That's okay. I understand.
I don't really think this is
not
anyone's
natural.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're gonna be honest, I have no idea what the hell is going on.
I never have an idea of what's going on.
I mean, that's fair. He gives her a thumbs up.
else we had on the agenda?
Well, I have something later, but
Oh yeah, you got to talk with your fancy friends.
Owen,
Yeah.
do you know of anybody who could tell us how to tell if Airshell has been transmuted or not? What if
Well,
Farit is just pure Airshell and hasn't been transmuted? What if he's raw?
well, the only people who would know anything about that would be probably Seal. And maybe, I mean, Afra's worked with Airshale, but
Yeah, Afra might know. Logan, you might need to adjust the stream.
Are you
We
done?
lost part. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Just takes about 6 seconds.
Maybe we should go check with Afra really quickly to see. Because I would hate if so many people want raw Airshale. It would be really awful if something were to happen to Farit because he's not transmuted.
it would not be ideal, that's for sure. Are you on speaking terms with Afra again?
yeah, I was going to say, wasn't she kind of a bitch?
Kinda is an understatement.
I am on speaking terms with Afra. I have been still doing work at the Divine Foundry.
I guess the question is, do you want to talk with her, or do you want us to do the talking so you don't have to?
No, I have no problem with talking with her.
Alright. Then I'll let you do the talking, because I don't want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Let's go on and see what she thinks of it.
As you start to head out of your office, and are you going to padlock the door again?
Yeah.
Okay. Start to padlock the door. You get a couple of. You said there are several padlocks on there, right?
3.
3. Okay. You get to the second one. You're about to put on the third one. You get it in there, and you turn it. You're about to close it, and you can close it afterwards. But just in the middle of that process of locking it down, you hear your main assistant, who we still need to name, holler out, "Owen, now!"
Yeah, Holly, I'll be there. Yep, and he runs out.
And as you come around the corner, they have people carrying on blankets. Two people, a man and a woman, who are convulsing and foaming at the mouth with bloodshot eyes.
Owen!
Shit. Do you... Yep. Pesk, do you know I don't know the name of the spell Saldana used, but it worked. Something to work with poisons.
I have with lesser restoration.
I think that might be it.
Yeah, I can do it twice.
If you don't mind.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And Pesk is immediately hands-on casting Lesser Restoration on each one of them.
So as you start to cast, you pull out all the material components, and you begin to cast on the first one. Just as you're wrapping up, the 2 gentlemen, or the 4 people that came running in with them, kind of just run down and gross looking. You know, they're unfortunately they're homeless. But they say, "We have one more outside," and they run out and they go and start bringing in a third person as well.
Owen will start bringing out his medical pack, start treating him in every way he possibly can. He was already hesitant to have you cast that, but yeah, you knew it worked.
I don't have any more after that.
Yep, that's where medicine comes in.
So the second one they bring in is another woman. So did you cast on the woman or the man? They're all human.
I wouldn't have picked one over the other. It was just the first person I could get to. So roll a d2 and pick.
Go ahead. You tell me.
The man.
Okay, so you did the man, and then you got the 2 women. Do you do the first one that came in or the second one?
I'm gonna wait to see what the second one looks like.
They bring the
Knowing that I
second
can
one.
only do it twice, I want to make sure it's going.
She doesn't look. Well, they both look about the same. You can't really tell. It looks like you're gonna guess they were all together. So
Primeheart is back, by the way.
Oh, Primeheart's back. Primeheart's back.
Primeheart! Lesser Restoration, do you have it?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you're gonna get to 2 of them. So you get one of the women and the man.
I'll choose whichever one looks the worst off.
Again, they're about the same. So you pick randomly, and we'll get to the difference in a bit. They stop convulsing as soon as the spell is cast, and they seem to be just kind of asleep and passed out at this point.
Real quick, let's sit him down in the corner, not on the bed, just on the corner. Sit him down.
Which one?
The one that's still convulsing.
Okay. They set her down in the corner.
And he's going to get down on the ground, trying not to touch her as much as possible. But he's going to see if there's any of his antitoxins. Maybe now knowing what it is, even though he doesn't know much about Airshale, he's going to see if there's anything he can do to stop the progress of it.
Okay. Just throwing random antitoxins is going to be not a great thing, but you try a few things that you think might help, but none of them do. But you throw the kitchen sink. Basically anything you think can be thrown at her without hurting, you throw at her. That takes you about probably 15-20 minutes as you're working with her. She's still twitching and convulsing. And right about halfway through that, the first person the pests work on seizes up and just twitches, and the whole body just convulses in on itself.
Oh no!
And just
No!
freezes. And a moment later, the woman that Pest did does the same thing, and just again twitches, and just all of her body just convulses in, much like the Farit, just completely stops moving and stops breathing.
But that was supposed to work, right?
I worked on Rosie.
It might have been a higher dosage. I don't know.
That's where we'll take our break.
Logan!
So, thank you all for showing up today. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Take a look at our doobly-doo and our rotation, if you would. We've got some awesome artists and things that we talk about on there. And some of the people we're thanking. Thank you. Hopefully we'll be updated next week with all new artists and people and several more people we want to thank. I really appreciate it. Something I always forget to mention while we're on our break, if you have any ideas for magic items or NPC names or any suggestions for things that the characters might like to see or do, go ahead. You can at Countless Heroes on Twitter, and or you can email us at countlessheroes@nerdsmith.org. And either way, you can get us your suggestions, and we'll take a listen at those, and maybe we'll use them, and thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Hello, everyone. We're back. And I have some things to talk about. Came back early. Sorry. Sorry about that. So, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. We really appreciate it. Yes, I have heard that it's kind of boring with no music during the break. But unfortunately, the system, the way we have it set up, doesn't let us play music during the break. So we are going to fix that at some point. I just don't know how or when. So hopefully very soon that will get fixed. Anyways, this is us talking. Hi. First thing I'd like to talk about real quick is nerdsmith.org. That's our network that we're on, and that's our source of sponsorship. If you want to support us, you can go there to nerdsmith.org/donate. You can become a minion or a sidekick or a champion and give us money. But you're not just giving us money, you're giving money to our wonderful charity, which is the Trevor Project, which we're going to have more information on down the doobly-doo, and hopefully have our donation page set up so we can start taking donations, like direct donations as well. But all the artist money that comes in through donation efforts, either through nerdsmith.org or through Twitch, the artist portion of that is going to be going directly to the Trevor Project. So none of us, the 17 of us that are doing this show, are making any money on this. We're not looking for that. We just really want to support a good cause, and that one speaks to a lot of us. Well, actually, I think pretty much all of us. So It is an A-rated charity watch organization, so that was a big important factor, which means that 90 cents out of every dollar they earn goes directly to their programs. So it's very important. So Trevor Project, they are, if you don't know who they are an LGBT suicide prevention group, and it is a very, very good business or charity. Want to thank World Anvil for supporting us. Our World Anvil page is coming along nicely. It should be up and running hopefully this weekend, in at least pretty darn close to full, if not full. And you'll be able to see quite a bit of it publicly, and then there'll be a bunch of things hidden for subscribers only. So a lot of the extra stuff, upcoming NPCs, detailed information about the races, things like that will all be kind of behind for subscribers only. But you'll get a good breakdown of a lot of it for everyone publicly. So we'll have that coming up as soon as we get all the details worked out. That should be this weekend. And we'd like to thank World Anvil for being a sponsor of the show. They let us and all of the Nerdsmith actual plays use their software, and a lot of them are a lot of us are really enjoying it. It's a really good, it's the most powerful campaign management software that exists. Upcoming conventions. So next week on the 31st, Tess and I will be at SAC Anime. We will be doing a panel there at 1:30. I think we're starting the show. I think the show opens at 1, and at 1:30 we're doing a panel. We'll be one of the first people starting us off, and it'll be a lot of fun. We're talking about podcasting, if you're interested in that and how it works. We'll tell you all about the mistakes that we made over the first 8 months of podcasting, and then the mistakes we're planning on making in the future, and hopefully how to not make those mistakes. And then the week after that, we will be, several of us will be up at Rose City Comic Con up in Portland. If you're going to that, please let us know. Stop by, take a snail fee with us. You take a little selfie, put it on Twitter with us and our snails, and we will choose a winner from all these snail fees for the weekend who will earn some sort of prize. I think we still got a couple of WonderCon exclusives running around that we might be able to give away, or maybe even at Rose City we might pick up some other exclusives that we'll be able to give away.
We also have a couple set of limited edition Kraken dice as well that will be given away as well.
And then we have a panel that Friday as well, which will be the 7th, 6th, 7th.
7th.
The 7th, that Friday. It's 7:30? No, 5:30. It's at 5:30 at RCCC. Yeah. And Rose City Comic Con, and we will be talking about diversity in gaming. And we've got a really jam-packed cast there. I'll be hosting the panel, which will include Tessa and Angela, Heather, Silani, Jesse, and Joe. Sorry, Joe. And so that'll be a lot of fun up there. So if you're in that area, please come and let us know. Also, something else we do is called Nerd Alerts. If you want us to read off a little message to someone in the middle of the show, right at this time, we'd be doing it right now. You can go to nerdsmith.org/nerdalerts, and it's I think it's $50. And we will read off up to like 50 words message to a loved one or something, and send out a little personalized message. Any player can do it. We can set it up. You can set it for a particular date. We'll do our best to get it on that date, or as close as we can. And we'll go ahead and read that out. Again, all of the artist portion of that money goes to the Trevor Project as well. So it's a big donation. If you want to do that, we'd be glad to do that for you. All right, and on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and head back in, as you are frantically working to take care of 3 more, as you're guessing, overdosed victims of this horrible drug called Daydream, 2 of which have now, looks like, succumbed in the same manner that the gentleman you were speaking to earlier, Farit, did. And that's where we are. We're coming back.
what do you need me to do?
I'm doing everything I can. I guess hold him down as best you can.
Okay.
Is there
So-
anything I can do?
This is a little bit beyond what we normally deal with.
Maybe
And,
some heavy blankets.
Well, given that magical means didn't exactly remove the end result, not sure there's much we can do at this point.
Let me try one more thing.
Pesk is going to cast. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought that was protection from, and that's just detect. So never mind.
Detect poison and disease will not help.
It might.
I mean, I can detect it right now. Yeah. All we can do is try and keep him alive long enough for whatever this is to happen.
Oh,
Logan is. Would you say that this person is in the process of going unconscious and on their way to
They
what we
are
would
unconscious.
I'm going to cast Spare the Dying and see if that helps.
Okay.
Maybe stop the process of turning this down.
Owen, maybe that'll help.
She's
I'm maybe wave my hand over them, and trying to focus and trying to cast resistance on the ones that haven't gone unconscious yet.
There's only one at this point. And
Okay,
they're all,
they're
and she is unconscious already.
Okay, then they're probably not saving anymore. Saving throws.
You never know.
I still will. Then I'll
Still
do that.
in the universe.
I'll start
All right.
casting resistance on them.
And so
Alright,
then Owen will just tend to them until there's any change.
Okay. That's going to be a while.
He's a doctor.
All right. So
Pesk
looks like
will,
Owen's-
Pesk will help as another cleric.
It looks like Owen and Pesk are in for the day, at least for a while. Anybody else want to do anything during that time, or they want to stick around?
Pip is somewhat out of his element in this, so
Yeah, so is Nathan.
Nathan, did you not need to meet the Anika?
She's going to
At
be
your
coming
house?
by the estate around 6.
I haven't seen a lot of estates. Could we look around?
He's gonna look over at Owen and Pesk and Primeheart and just
do as you need to. It's okay.
I'm not a lot of help. I can heal people a little bit, but I don't think I can help much in this.
I think for the most part, my crew and I can handle it from here.
Okay. Yeah. Pip, Rosie, do you want to come over to the Brother Estate?
Is Primeheart staying as well?
Yes, I'm going to help as much as I can.
Okay. We will split the party. What will go wrong? What could go wrong?
So much.
Right?
You guys have split the party almost every single night.
Yeah, I know.
Nathan's gonna look back at them and go, if there's anything.
We'll let you know.
Okay. Please. Be careful, please. Don't go turning to stone on me.
Scout's honor.
Okay. Come on.
And he's gonna lead them out, and he's gonna start taking them to his house.
So there
Alright.
was a Sikh Farosh one time, and he is coughing and sneezing, and the medicine man he comes to the Sikh Farosh, and he say, "You are sick, you are dying," and then the Sikh Farosh say, "Yes, I am dead," and he die.
And then you keel over.
All right, introducing Kyle's new character.
Pep.
Owen's gonna turn to the now named Holly, the lead assistant that he has.
Oh, I'm calling her Holly.
I figure it works.
Sounds great.
He turns to her and says, "Now, while I was out for a bit the other day, you said you had some other cases of this, but none of them turned like
When
these
you were out
folks, right?
a bit the other day, you mean when you disappeared for 5 days?
It was 3 days. It wasn't 5.
Must have only felt like 5. Yeah, we had a few other cases. None of them got this bad, though. There was a little bit of
none
foam
of
at the
them-
mouth, but not like this.
And none of them turned to stone like this. Or, well,
Do you
seemingly.
see a living statue sitting around here anywhere?
Were
Can you
any of them
describe-
human?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, there was a couple of humans. I think we had 4 cases total: 2 humans, an elf, and a gnome.
so it does affect. It's not just humans that this might happen
The
to.
one you brought in the other day was elf.
And she didn't turn like this. She came
Well,
up
we've-
fine the other end.
Well, we've seen dozens of people that are like her. I mean, elves or humans included.
Well, yes, but the humans didn't. The humans walked out. Correct?
Yes, everyone walked out.
So then it's not just something that might happen because they're human.
Got it. I see what you're saying. Yes, you're right.
That's good to know. Thank you. And he's
What
gonna
did you
keep.
cast on them that killed them?
Wouldn't have killed them. I cast lesser restoration. It should have removed any poison or disease from them.
Is that what happened to the other one?
That is what we tried.
Maybe that's
think-
what's doing it.
But somebody
think
said
it's
that you did it to Rosie too.
We did do it to Rosie as well. That's the only thing, is that none of this. There's no consistent factor. There's nothing that points to any one trigger
She's a
or
goblin.
one. Oh, I mean, yeah.
I mean, not that
We've
you've
already-
known, of course. I mean, I understand. I'm not blaming you. Pesk, was that it? Yeah, I'm not blaming you. I just want to know what happened.
How, Rosie, were you convulsing when they?
Rosie's not there anymore.
Oh, sorry.
She's
Sorry.
not.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
But
Was
yes,
Rosie-
she was.
Rosie was convulsing when it was cast on her.
Yeah, she
Okay.
she was in a rough place. So that so it doesn't have to do with the spell because Rosie got the spell. It doesn't have to be with being human because we had humans walk away. It has to be something with the dosage or the way it's used or something with the drug itself or something we have no idea about yet, which is equally as disturbing.
What we should do is figure out where we can buy it and do tests on it or something.
That's the next step as soon as we get these 3 settled. Because, looks like Syl might have a few more friends coming her way.
Wow, great. So you're gonna tie them up too?
You have any alternatives?
Let them leave and stop wasting your time? I mean, just off the top of my head.
Given during the early stages of what seems to be them coming out of it, they can potentially turn other people into this. I'm not keen on having them run around just on instinct.
Alright.
We're treating this as a disease for now.
Yeah.
We
No, I get
can't
it.
let it spread.
Um,
Trust me.
Owen, do we know anybody who has sending?
And I personally don't. After might.
Well, I was trying to get Afra here because maybe if she can confirm if they're raw air shale or not when they've transformed, maybe we can breathe a little easier about letting them wander, get free. Because I hate the idea of them have to be cooped up. But until I know that they're not going to be hunted because Airshale is so, that worries me.
Yeah, it's a good point.
What you were describing in the book with the changing of the weights, and then he seems lighter again today. Once Airshale is transmuted, it seems like those changes cease. And the fact that he's still being able to change it is worrisome.
It'd be a lot more helpful if I was learning this from real, actual experience rather than reading it every single night when you are all experiencing this. Can't change the past, I guess. But I don't know I don't know what's going on here. This is ridiculous.
It's well beyond what we've seen before, that's for sure.
Were they unconscious when they was? So Rosie was not unconscious when you saved her.
Rosie was unconscious. She almost
She was.
immediately went to the ground, foaming at the mouth. It's unless it's a combination of factors, unless it's the combination of them being human, having the spell cast on them, using the drug, unless it's a combination, which seems a far reach.
So far, what is the negative content other than the convulsing and the foaming? They eventually turn into a Goa potentially.
It seems like it, and not just turn into a Goa. They become a Goa. He didn't have memory of not being a Goa. Essentially, you're killing the human to make a Goa.
Well, today I've seen a lot of humans I don't actually like.
Well,
So maybe letting these things loose and turning those people into Goa might be better.
Might I remind you I'm myself an human friend?
I like you though. You're a good human.
I appreciate that.
Logan, are there a messenger system that I could pay someone to run a message to the Divine Foundry?
Yep.
Okay. How much would it cost me to do so? Because Pesk is not fast today, and she urgently wants to try and see if I can get Afra here.
It's 5 copper, no matter where in the city.
Okay. All right. Pesk is going to pull a piece of paper from her backpack and write a message to Afra saying, please come to the clinic in the slums. It's urgent. May link to lift. No, may link to rot problem. Pesk. Trying to be vague, but still may have to do with Airshale without saying Airshale. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not much use here. I could do that for you. I can just go.
Maybe that would be better than to trust a message that may get into the wrong hands.
I promise you, I have no help here.
You are pretty fast.
I'll just say I know you, rightfully so, were rather upset with Afra. Try and just keep those feelings down for the moment until we get this settled.
Oh, it's not Afra I have a problem with.
Fair. Well, try not to kill him if you see him.
Thank you, Primeheart. I know you and I know that Afra felt awful and it was not intentional what happened at all with Saldana. She's doing her best to fix it.
In the past. Water under the bridge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Primeheart.
I don't know if I believe him.
Roll insight check, DM. Primeheart will leave and go to the Divine Foundry.
Okay.
Right?
Are you going to run there, or do you want to run to the ferry and take the ferry over?
I'm running. I need a good run.
All right. Running it only take you about 25, 30 minutes, which is only a little bit longer than the ferry would, since you're on the side of the you're on the, kind of on the side of the city instead of in Barrel Run. So you're not saving as much time because you still got to get over to the city anyway. So you start to head through parkour. You start to head through. Well, actually, you're running along the edge of Lakeside, which is kind of the how do I say it? The urban sprawl, the kind of suburbs area of this area, the newest part of town, and it's very strange because unlike just roads kind of being built around the buildings that are as necessary, this place was actually built with purpose. It's all straight lines and equal sized blocks, and it's just very strange the concept behind this planned area of the city. But you don't pay a lot of heed, and you continue to run over to the Guildsman district, and then head across the bridge over the gorge, and head into, like I said, the district, and head over to the Divine Foundry. So you go inside, and are you going to go into the workshop or up to her office, or are you going to ask, or what?
I would ask the first person where Afra is.
All right. So you see a gnomish woman sitting there in leathers, and looks like they've been working. Kind of, takes off their goggles and their bandana, and looks up at you with a yawn. And yeah, well, what can I do for you?
I have an urgent message for Afra.
Oh, Forge 2.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm not going to run. I will scoot walk as quickly as possible. Power walk. Yeah.
All right. So you power walk over to Forge 2. Not easily. They're not all labeled perfectly, but you get the gist. It's like, okay, the door 1 Forge. Okay, all right, got it. Okay, you figure it out and you head on in, and you see several people in here working. It's fairly loud. Lots of bellows going, and the fires are stoked. And most people are wearing some sort of ear protection. They got rags stuffed in their ears. It's extremely loud in here. And you see you see Afra, who you believe is Afra, working, as you can kind of see her hair sticking out, and it's the only green-skinned person in here.
I'll make my way over. I will speak outward. Afra. Assuming she can't hear me, but still saying it as I walk over to her.
So she like turns around like confused and sees you through her goggles, and she takes about a minute and a half to finish working what she was doing immediately, and then turns it over to one of the assistants, and then comes over and just starts walking past you, and it looks like she's heading out of this room because she won't be able to talk to you in here.
Yeah.
As she gets outside, she pulls the rags from her ears. What's going on?
Just hand her the message from Pesk. Urgent.
She'll read over it. What does it say again?
Come to a clinic in the slums. Urgent. May hold key to the rot problem.
Looks at Primart, and she goes, I can't do this every other day. I've got work to do. I've already been there. What's going on?
Apparently there's some drug that's turning people into
statues. Yeah.
Yes. Statues.
Yeah. No, I was there. I saw the guy. I've already done this. Does she not know that?
I don't know what she knows.
What does she think she knows that she wants to talk to me about? Do you have any idea?
One of them was reawakened as what we think is a Goa. And they said that they needed to go somewhere. Might have just been my imagination.
What do you mean one of them? How many are there? And then what do you mean reawoken? They were dead. It was a statue.
Well, apparently they were one of the physicians was watching over the statue, and when we came back to the clinic, they were speaking and animate, very animate, and insistent, but not infectious.
Actually, as a retcon here, I believe that she showed up after that. You already knew that information, didn't you, Owen? Thinking back on that night, because she would have shown up later that night after you guys secured him already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She would have known that he
Did
he
animate.
ran.
That's right. I'm
but
sorry.
She wouldn't have known
That he was speaking. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll retcon that a little bit, where she was like, "Yeah, it's like a golem. It's animated, but it was stupid and it couldn't speak." Now and so that changes the conversation a little bit, to where you're talking more about it being able to speak and talking.
It was intelligent.
That doesn't make any sense.
And-
What is she? I mean, what does she think I'm going to do there?
You were the prime. I was standing right there when you said that the wheel, the boat lift was your project.
You're right.
And-
It is, and
If they're turning into Goa that are made of air shale, and the boat lift is made of air shale, might be a connection.
the Goa are not air shale. They're not. They're transmuted air shale.
What's the difference?
One is magical, one is not. Well, one is has magical potential, and one no longer does. You can transmute one into many, many different things, but once they are a Goa, once they're a living person, they're not that material anymore. They're something different. But even then, even if they were, I mean, that wouldn't solve my problem. I need an inert air shale. I need air shale not in a person, because that's not going to help me, because I'm not going to kill or harm anybody to even fix my project. It's not, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's already done enough damage.
I don't know how to express this to you. I just came to send this message from Pesk. If you are confident that you cannot be of any help, I completely understand.
I just don't know what I would do or how I could help right now. This is where I'm needed right now. There's too many things, too many very important things going on right here. Until I'm sure how I'm needed, I just can't.
I understand. I'm sorry for bothering you.
I appreciate you letting me know and keep me in the loop. I can't just leave my work every other night.
I wouldn't expect you to. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And she
I'm
goes
gonna
back to
walk away. Yeah. Power walking.
So it'll be another 40 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes for him to get back. So almost an hour later, Prime Heart will arrive back, but we'll get back to that. So the rest of you, Pip, Nathan, and Rosie, you guys are heading off to the Crescent District. Are you taking the ferry, or are you going to walk the long way around?
Probably the ferry.
All right, so it's five silver a person, 5 hoops a person.
Okay.
Rosie doesn't like giving up her shinies.
But Nathan's just gonna kind of notice that, and he'll pay for Rosie.
You didn't have to, but
No, I'm. You seem to be very attached to those. So.
I have a problem with collecting things.
I know. I actually don't know. I don't know that. Kit does. He doesn't. Well, then, learning that, there's going to be a lot of shiny things where I'm taking
I will
you.
sit on my hands.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. And then we're gonna go on a boat. Ferry. Whatever. I'm on a boat with a couple of wackos, shaking my hips and dipping my fat toe in the water.
All right, so
Anyone?
you guys get across Three Shores Lake and into the Pearl District. where all the fancy buildings are. You come off, and the first thing you see, of course, is Reynard Manor, the large manor with all the fox topiary and fox marble statues, as a gentle reminder of the king. The king is still here all the time. An empty manor that he used to live at, that he keeps and maintains, just as that little reminder. And you start heading through the district. Are you going to avoid Lockridge Manor, or are you going to go the shortest way and walk right by it?
I don't think he's seen it in person since things happened.
Okay.
So he's gonna want to go by it.
All right, so you're walking by, and as you do, there is a new short fence that's kind of been built around, a little wire fence, just very simple, or rope fence, just some poles hammered to the ground around the entire property, a few hundred feet all the way around. The building has been completely turned to bone, except for a large chunk that looks like it was completely ripped out and just kind of thrown onto the ground and just shattered into bits all over, yeeted onto the ground, if it were. I'm
so proud of you.
Do not yeet unless Yoshi too.
But it looks like it came out maybe 30 or 40 feet away from the building. These large sections kind of been torn off, and you can see inside. This fucking song.
The fucking electro swing is back, bitches.
The entire building inside and out has been turned to bone. Everything on the inside, you see a chair and table and everything, all turned to bone.
Wow. What exactly was it? Do you either of you know?
Yes.
Care to answer?
There was like green stuff in the basement, and it turned things to bone.
Do you know where it came from?
A hole.
Excuse me? What'd you call me? Sorry.
Just a hole? That's it?
In the floor, yes.
Okay.
And then there was a large horn thing. It was horny and made of bone.
All right. We should probably keep going.
What time is it?
At this point, probably 3:30. Well, probably 4 o'clock.
Oh, he's gonna want to go.
Okay, you got 2 hours, buddy. Calm down.
He's nervous all the time, Logan.
It's like me showing up to the airport 5 hours early every single time.
Exactly.
I have anxiety. I don't need to do it, but I need to do it.
So they keep going.
And that was the window where Pip used his head.
I'm proud of you.
Pip was surprised it worked, but don't tell anyone that.
All right.
Your secret is safe with my indifference.
Thank you.
All right, so you get to Nathan's Manor, which is a sizable manor, probably around the same size as Lockridge. Not the grounds might be a little bit smaller, but not by much. But nowhere near as large as Sildana's. I mean, that Sildana's family is probably one of the top 5 or so manors in the city, size-wise. At least for the amount of grounds it takes. But it is decent. It's very beautiful. As you walk up the path up to it, there is painted and kind of magically sealed in the walkway a map, and it's just this beautiful, intricate map work of parts of the city. One of the major trade routes, all the way leading up to the front door. As you come in, it's the foyer is not massive. It is, but it's sizable. It's probably bigger than most apartments, and it's got these beautiful single staircase up one side that kind of curves, and there's a few doors off to left and right, and uh, it's Nathan's place. So
Pip will dig into his bag and pull out the cuffs that he wore to the other party, and kind of attaches the little cufflinks, and then pulls out the long, like now unraveled bow tie, and he kind of just
Oh my god, I love him.
Nathan's just gonna watch him. You look very handsome.
Pip is ready to rub elbows.
Very few elbows shall be rubbed, but rubbed nonetheless they will be. Welcome to my humble abode. Not so humbly, I suppose.
Okay.
The work
I mean,
you saw
hey, my
outside.
place is bigger. It's the entire length of the city.
That's incredible.
So as you start to walk through the manor, you realize that almost every room, everything is covered with cloths, canvases and tarps and drapes and whatever they can find, sheets. They're just completely just covered, everything everywhere pretty much, except for a few one sitting room and the dining room table. Just basically the necessities are uncovered.
Why is your furniture pretending to be ghosts?
Funny that you'd use that word.
Why is funny?
Not haha. Funny, Pip.
Oh,
You saw that lovely work outside. On the ground. That
yes,
was
the
my
ground
mother's
was very
handiwork.
soft. Oh,
My mother's handiwork.
she
It was very nice.
The best around.
she paint lines, make maps.
Yes, she taught me everything I know.
Pip is
I'll-
read a map.
You read a map? How'd that go?
Pip find his way.
I'm proud of you. Do you either of you want any drinks, any food?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like?
Yes.
That's a broad question. Oh yeah, coming. Just follow me. And he's gonna go into the kitchen area.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the kitchen also is another area that's not locked down, obviously, because it's necessary. But Nathan kind of probably fumbles around the kitchen a little bit because I'm not sure that Nathan is used to doing it himself. Although
Not really.
probably does a little bit. He's not too horrible, but
Yeah.
you probably got trained by some of the servants before they left, and as a kid probably wanted to help out, and
Absolutely.
I don't see your parents
Absolutely.
being too against that idea.
At least not my mom.
Yeah, but depending on when you were doing that, but yeah, unfortunately, nothing too fancy either.
Yeah.
Nathan won't be making a souffle anytime soon.
Oh hell no. Yeah, he probably just gets out like some tea for them and like little fingered sandwiches, poorly made, but he's trying. And he kind of, after everything's set up, he presents it to them.
I'm not very used to having guests, so
Pip would not have known.
thank you. My heart is warmed by your kind words. Rosie, you okay?
He's gonna look where she's looking.
There's just a lot of shiny stuff.
Uh-huh. Lots of shiny stuff. You're gonna see lots of shiny stuff when you go to a noble's house.
I'm trying not to look.
Most of the shiny
very-
stuff is covered up, though, but there's still some out. Yeah, anything on the wall is probably still up. Although there's probably several of the more important paintings. Family paintings are still up, and some of the art is still up, but the really expensive stuff is probably all taken down and packed up for in case Nathan needs to move. We'll see what ends up happening.
If you pardon me, I'm actually just so I'm not caught on off guard. I'm gonna go freshen up a little bit before guests arrive. I would say have free reign, but
Don't. Got
please
it.
don't. Yeah. If either of you like to freshen up, we do have baths. If that's either of your sort of thing. How tall is Rosie?
She's like 2.5 feet tall. She's really short, even for a goblin.
But she's so. Was she about the size of a young toddler?
Probably.
Actually, Rosie, come with me.
Okay.
And he's gonna take her into. Oh God, shit! What was her name? Fuck!
Wow, you don't remember your own family's name.
I have a lot of. He has a lot of siblings. Had a lot of siblings. Pardon my slip of the tongue.
Caden, it's almost like you.
Have you ever seen
generate-
Snowpiercer?
Yes.
That's a good movie.
They needed toddlers too, Nathan.
Oh my God! Stop! Don't do that to me. That hurt.
Nathan brings out a ruler, checks Rosie's height.
Oh my God! Stop, Logan. No, I'm trying to look for their names and I can't find
I have
them.
no idea what that reference is, but it makes me very afraid.
It's a very good movie. Jenny, I should show it to you.
So Nathan and Rosie left Pip in the kitchen. He is going to move all of the food onto one plate and then just continue eating.
All of it. Everything. Not just the stuff that Nathan made. Everything.
I found it. Haha. So yeah, he's gonna take her into it was Bailey and Rebecca's room. And he's gonna kind of that room has not been used in a very long time, so the door kind of there's a loud you know when you open a door and it makes that sound of like the paint kind of cracking because it hasn't been in use in such a long time. There's that sound and the hinges squeak because it's taken care of, but it hasn't been opened in years. And he kind of gently pushes the door open and steps inside and kind of ushers her in. And it's a bedroom, and there's two beds on either side of the room. One is primarily pinks and purples, with kind of like celestial kind of themes. There's like it was once a mobile, and it was stars and planets and beautiful things. And on the other one, it's greens and browns, very earthy, more plants. There's several old potted plants that the plants have long withered and died. The pots, it's clean, but you can tell whoever used to take care of them took very good care of them. And he kind of just looks around and has to hold himself for a second, kind of steadying. All right, over here.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Should we not have come here?
No,
I don't like it when people lie to me. Should we not have come here?
it's okay. He's gonna go over to Rebecca's side of the room, which is all the stars and all the celestial objects,
and he's gonna go over to this beautiful armoire. It's not like a full-size armoire because Bailey and Rebecca were very young. They were about, I'd say, they were 5. They were twins, and he opens Rebecca's little drawer, and he.
Now you're pulling sheets off of all of this.
Yeah, he does pull the sheets off. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, forgot to clarify. I'm a little emotional right now thinking about this. And he pulls out several dresses. And they all look to be about Rosie's size. They might be a little big. And he kind of holds them out for her. I thought you might want to wear something new. A little old, but still new.
You don't have to.
I know.
Okay.
And yeah, kind of hands her one. Would you like me to turn around?
I grew up with goblins.
I didn't.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Oh, he's gonna turn around and cover his eye. She changes. Anyway. Are you
Okay.
decent?
Morally or
Okay. Physically.
I mean, I guess so. People say my
Okay.
teeth are weird.
He's gonna turn around. It's probably a little big on you, but it's cute. He smiles and goes, "You look beautiful."
Thank you.
It was just collecting dust here anyway. I'd much rather see it in good use. Kind of looks around the room again. Okay.
You hear a door shut somewhere in the manor.
Is
Which
there someone
wing?
in here that's not supposed to be here?
Whichever,
Which wing?
whichever wing your uncle's staying in.
Okay. Shit. Okay. Shit.
Everything okay?
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to mention to my uncle that I was bringing guests. Okay, it's fine. Be on your best behavior, please.
No touching. I will.
No touching.
I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry for whatever's upsetting you. And if you ever need someone to talk to, generally, if you yell down a sewer grate, I might hear you.
I appreciate it, Rosie. But with this gift also comes one rule.
Okay.
And he crouches down to be closer to eye level. You will uphold the highest of morals. You will do your best to be kind to others, which I already see you do pretty damn well. And you will love generously.
I try to.
Good, that's all I need to know.
The stealing thing is an impulse. I'm trying to.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good enough for me. He stands up.
So,
Wait.
Nathan, as you kind of stand up and take one last look around before heading out, it hits you kind of what's been bothering you all day. In about 2 weeks will be the anniversary. 17 years.
And he stumbles, and he has to catch himself on a bedpost.
Oh, you okay?
I just... Shit.
Is there anything I can do?
No, there's nothing you can do.
She's gonna walk up and like try to touch his hand.
Oh, Again, I don't know
I
what's
need-
happening.
It's Rosie. just- Come on, let's leave. And he
So as you
puts
guys
the
have been
sheet
doing that, Pip. So an okay looking, a little better than average looking gentleman steps into the kitchen, dressed very, very finely, and well groomed, human, kind of tilts his head. I'm sorry, I don't think I know you.
Pip is Pip.
Pippis Pip? Your name is Pippis Pip.
Pip. Pip is
Yes,
Pip.
Pippis Pip.
Pip.
Peepus?
What are you doing here? And he starts to walk forward, and he just looks confused and a little annoyed. Why are you eating my food?
Pip is eating Nathan's food. Pip did not know it was your food.
You're a friend of Nathan's.
Pip knows Nathan.
Sorry, he wouldn't have called him Nathan. He would have called him by his full name.
Nathaniel.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose it is Nathaniel's food, actually. Technically purchased by his estate, but I am caretaking for now until he gets his life together. What exactly is going on? Why are you here?
Nathan is going to meet Pretty Lady here.
Oh, is Sildana coming here?
No. No, Sedana is
Interesting.
not. This lady is interested in maps.
A pretty lady interested in maps.
Yes.
Well, I've never found Nathaniel to be quite interested in maps himself. So, who is this lady?
Anika.
Anika.
Yes. Anika. Anika is Kurik.
Is that Anika Chinsraton?
Pip admits it is possible.
That's an interesting choice. When is she coming?
Today.
What time today?
People go ask Nathan.
No. Stay and eat. I'll go ask Nathaniel. And he turns and walks out.
You do not want?
I don't know that I'll eat any of the food from that kitchen again as he's walking away.
More for Pip.
Just then, there's a knock on the door. And so, Nathan, as you guys are walking out of the room after calming down, you hear this knock on the door at the front.
Shit, what time is it?
It's only 3:30-ish, not even 3:15, 3:30. Wait, am I off by an hour? Was it 4? 4:15?
Yeah, you were. It was 4.
Either way, it's early. It's at least an hour and a half early.
Shit, I'm not ready. Okay.
Do you want me to get the door?
No, it's okay. Just come with me. He's gonna try to straighten himself up.
As you get to the top,
pulled back.
As you get to the top of the stairs, you see your uncle about 3 or 4 feet from the door.
Hello, Uncle.
Do not shout down at me like I'm some commoner.
Sorry, sir.
And he turns back and steps forward and opens the door, and it is Anika standing there. Anika Chinsraton, and she just kind of smiles very pleasantly. What was your uncle's name again?
I'm actually looking for it because I don't fucking remember.
I can come up with something.
Please do.
I wasn't sure if we actually named him or not.
I don't think we actually did because I do not remember any name.
Preston. I like Preston.
Uncle Doucheworthy.
Uncle Doucheworthy at your service.
this guy slogan.
I love Preston. Such a good name. Yes, Preston. And she returns Preston. What's your last name, Nathan? I'm sorry.
Brell. Brell.
That's right. Preston Brell, it's so good to see you. Yes, it is very, very good to see you. Please come in. Nathaniel, go get yourself ready. You need to change desperately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rosie, go find Pip.
Okay.
She's
And
go downstairs.
he takes her over to the to one of the little reading nook that has actual, like, is open and there's not sheets on everything. And they start to talk a little bit. So Rosie, you gonna go find Pip, or are you gonna go listen to them?
I'm gonna go listen to them.
Give me a perception check as you move towards the door.
18.
Okay, yeah, you got no problem. So they make a lot of small talk for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but then Preston steps in and says, Anika, I want to be very straightforward with you. I am entering into negotiations to have Nathan married. So I hope that you're not here courting. And she kind of giggles at that and says, no, I'm here on family business, very important family business. You know, so, oh, good. I wouldn't want to have any competition. Your family is very well known, and it would be an honor to merge our families. And she giggles again. But it just now is not the time. Things are very precarious, if you know what I mean. And she laughs, of course I do, yeah. And then they just kind of go into kind of small talk and continue talking. They don't actually talk about whatever the business is, but they sit there and just continually kind of make really small but grandiose talk. It sounds really kind of pompous. For the next probably, 15, 20 minutes, Nathan?
Yeah, because
Okay.
she's getting ready. He's putting his hair, he's styling his hair slightly differently, and he's putting on new clothes.
Pip, after you have your food and everything, are you going to start wandering around, or are you just going to sit there and eat?
I'm gonna wander around.
Yeah. So at one point you'll come out into the foyer, you know, with an armful of food, and you're just munching, and you see Rosie kind of listening at one of the doors.
Pip will walk up and just like,
And you'll hear pretty much the same thing at this point. Just a lot of the kind of randomness, and
Well-
just small talk.
he'll, as he's like listening, will just move the plate down towards Rosie.
Rosie's food is on here too.
So Nathan, you come down the stairs. You're gonna have about halfway down, and you see the two of them eating and listening at the door.
At the top of the stairs, without a word, just. Okay. He's gonna walk down the stairs. And he's gonna get to them right behind them. I don't know if they notice him, and he just goes.
So Pip passes the plate of food back to you.
Nathan's gonna take something and pop it in his mouth. Alright, you two. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Do you want help?
What are you proposing?
I play music.
Pip knows what to do. Pip knows what to do. Nathan, your name is just Nathan.
No. I have very many names.
Okay. What is many names?
Oh, do I have to go over this right now? Really?
What does Uncle call you?
Nathaniel.
Nathan,
Pip
actually,
pushes. Oh, go ahead. If you were talking, he wouldn't have done it.
can I talk to you for a second?
I have to get in there, but yeah, what's up?
Away from the door.
He's gonna take a few steps away from the door, kind of like, okay. He's gonna get down on his knees so we can face to face.
I don't like your uncle.
No, neither do I.
Okay, good. Because I heard him talking about some stuff about how he's in negotiations for you to get married.
Oh, so you heard that?
Doesn't make sense to me.
It's
Sorry.
no,
It's me to Snoop, and I just thought that you should know because I don't think.
Oh, I already know.
Secrets. Okay.
I already know he's trying to marry me off. I'm very aware.
Okay.
You would think that he'd let his 32-year-old nephew choose that for himself, but you know, what is nobility but
I
rules
keep
and
forgetting
regulations?
how old humans are. That's really old.
Mm.
Thank you.
I'm practically an old man. I think I might be getting a little white in my beard. He stands up. Okay. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, Pip. Alright, okay.
Pip pushes open the door. Pip would like to present Nathaniel.
Nathan's just gonna do.
And Anika stands up as you come in and goes, Pip, I had no idea you'd be here.
Apparently I have an entourage.
Please commence with the rubbing elbows.
Nathaniel. Your friends are quite interesting.
They're good company.
Pip is wearing his fancy tie.
Oh dear.
Rosie's
if you say
fiddling
so.
with her new dress.
That dress is ill-fitting.
I'll get it tailored for her, don't worry.
If you wish to squander your inheritance that way, I suppose that's fine. So, Anika, now that Nathaniel has joined us, what brings you by? And he kind of just sits back. He says, "Oh, well, I need to speak to Nathan about, or actually, you introduce yourself as Nathan, right?"
He did. No, he
Yeah.
he said Nathaniel Brell, but
Oh, he
I
did?
think
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't freaking remember.
Which would you prefer? I guess is would you in that company would you have said
In that company,
Nathaniel?
he would have saed Nathaniel.
Okay, so she would say Nathaniel. Well, I meant to speak to Nathaniel. The most recent maps, well, after the last several years of maps that have come out, have been disheartening for my city. The trade routes have been all but wiped out and made to look very dangerous, and as if it would be perilous to journey to us, and has guided a lot of the trade here. And your uncle stands up and says, "I'm not sure what you mean. Our scouts and our cartographers have been researching for a long time. Our maps are perfect." And she says, "I beg your pardon, but they are not." And he gets a little flustered and says, "Show me." He kind of gives you a "you dare" look, but lets you speak.
And he kind of glares back at him, like, "Don't fucking test me right now," kind of. Like,
Miss Anika, I will do everything in my power to rectify our mistake, because clearly a mistake has been made. It is unfortunate that that would happen. So, if you wouldn't mind, may I see?
I didn't bring them with me tonight. I assumed you would have master copies here. Do you not?
I can go.
They're
look at them.
packed.
and I can go look for them if she need it.
It is why I'm here. But I can go and fetch mine if you wish.
I wouldn't want you to go through the trouble.
And she says, well, maybe I'll assist you in looking. And,
By all means.
She starts to head for the door.
Nathan's
From
gonna get
this
up.
room.
Yeah,
from this
he's
room,
gonna
not
get
like-
up and follow her
like
and
she's
lead
leaving.
her to where they.
Okay.
He's gonna lead her to the archives.
All right. So you guys head up. I assume Pip and Rosie go as well.
Rosie does not trust herself around all of the shiny objects that may be packed up.
This is more of the archives.
Yeah, so you head up to, I mean, it's all packed and boxed up and crated up, so you're going to be taking a while to look for that. While you guys do that, we're going to cut back over to our other guys. All right, guys, so Prime Heart arrives back, and as you guys have been tending people, it's been about an hour, and the person that was convulsing, the female human, seems to be doing a little bit better. A little TLC, and they are no longer convulsing as bad, and they've stopped foaming at the mouth.
Oh, and I should have, maybe if I hadn't cast the spell, they would have been fine.
Except we cast it on Rosie, and Rosie was fine. So we know that's not the case. But if it had, it'd be very interesting if it had to be a human who had to have taken the drug, who had to have overdosed, and had to have a specific spell cast on them for this to happen. That'd be a very odd coincidence.
Syl did say that the process to become a Goa was difficult. But she also said they had to be carved out of raw air shell, and I don't know. And there's several rituals.
Yeah, I don't think that's the kind of thing you stumble upon by accident. And honestly, there's enough weird things going on right now that I don't trust that this is an accident.
Same.
Afro will be no help to us. I'm sorry. She says her work is more important and that she had no idea about how she could help.
She didn't think that potential raw air shell was okay. Thank you for going, Prime Heart. I appreciate it.
It was good to go for a run. Just being out in the air, being cooped up like this is not very good for me.
I understand.
Understandable. It looks like the patient's stabilizing a bit. I am curious as to whether the spell had an effect.
Me too.
On my way to the clinic, would I have had visual on the boat lift?
No.
Okay.
No, you're on the wrong side of the city for that.
I don't have the ability today. I probably could have located the drug if I knew what it looked like, but I can't today.
Well, we had some of it. Don't you remember the jar we had? Could you remember what that looked like?
I wasn't there. I just have the notes from the book.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't do it today because I don't have the spell right now. I used my two higher level, my more complicated spells.
This book is a blessing and a curse. Tells
Yes.
us a little, but never enough.
Yeah, and all the spells that I know are either for straight up helping people in a pinch if it's an emergency, or well, for defense. So I'm not sure that my magic's gonna be too much use here either, for the time being. I'm tempted to
Hypothesis.
start.
Where do you think that our new friend would have wanted to go. Farit.
It's got to be something magical.
I had a feeling, and call it imagination or inspiration, but I just pictured multiples of these people just walking towards the boat lift for some reason.
It is a curious thought.
It could be very interesting if that was what. If this is a natural process of air shell that we just don't know about.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where Farit wants to go once he goes. But first, we need to get Syl to talk to him. What I'm thinking is,
You start to hear a pounding from down the hall. The
Is
locks
it
on the
from
door
where-
rattling as it's been pounded on.
all right, he's gonna come round through and start unlocking it. And say, all right, Farit, we were coming on our way. No need to rush.
I feel them.
Feel who?
More of me. They're being born. I need to be there.
I don't think we have anything to lose. He's
No,
gonna
I think
unlock-
this is a good thing.
Yeah, he's gonna unlock the padlocks.
He just pushes past you and starts immediately going down the hall towards the other two. And he goes and stands in between them, and as you notice now, they're starting. Well, they'd been covered by Holly, and he just pulls the blankets off, and they've turned mostly to this whitish yellow stone. And he looks down as they're kind of convulsed, still just held into this form. And he looks at them and just kind of stares, looking back and forth from one to the other, standing in between them.
Is there anything you need help with? Is there anything you need to do?
I don't think so.
You just wanted to be here for it.
I had to be here.
Do you know why?
Important. And he kneels down.
He'll watch. He is wary. Does he just kneel down for an extended
He just
period?
kneels down and is just like kneeling in between them, and then just reaches up and puts a hand on either of their shoulders.
Does this change the process?
Nothing you can see, and he doesn't answer.
I think it's instinct now.
Yeah. I just wish there was something we could do about it.
The egg is gonna hatch whether you stand there or not.
I prefer to see the egg hatch than read about it, though. And he's
I
just
agree.
staring right at them.
As he starts to just kind of study the bodies, he sees the same thing that happened to him. All the hairs have turned to stone individually. And you realize as he's kind of looking at them, he starts to kind of reach for the beard hair on the man, and he starts to just touch it and kind of flakes off. And he touches his own, and at this point, all of his is gone. You're not sure when it got removed, but sometime in the room, he had removed it, whether knowingly or not. And he just kind of starts brushing it off of the man, and then starts brushing all of the hair off the head and just removing it, almost like he's grooming them. And then he does it to the woman as well, and starts to remove all the hair from the top of their head, making it completely smooth.
Like so.
Question is, This can't be the way that Goa are naturally formed, can it?
Maybe.
Because these two were living people.
Syl did
Wow.
talk about being sculpted and being specifically a very long, intricate ritual. So with those two things in mind, and I think that's not common knowledge, but in your group it's common. It was in the book, so yeah, I would say that it's pretty impossible that would be that this would be it. Now, I mean, I don't know what you may think about that. Maybe Syl's lying, because having to steal humans and turn them into Go would be a horrible secret to have. But that,
Logan,
yeah,
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. We know that
go for it.
air shale gives off a magical property until it's transmuted.
Correct.
So if it's raw, technically it should show a magical signature.
Correct.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
All right. As you reach out with your magical essence, you feel that there is magic here. And as you stare at the two of them, the three of them, you feel the aura is there. So you spend the action and you focus your mind in so you can see the auras. And yes, there is a faint aura around both of them. Transmutation, but not Fareed.
They're being transmuted right now. Fareed is not raw. They still are for now.
Time to chip off a toe.
So the drug or whatever's doing it turns them to air shale, and then they're transmuted.
Yeah.
That's all kinds of fucked up.
Yep.
And I guess he just stands and watches until something develops.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure Syl knows. She may want to be here the next time more are born.
And no one gives instructions to Holly that if they see, if they see Syl, to give her full access.
Okay.
Fareed,
He stops and turns. Don't call me that.
what would you like me to call you?
You can call me first. And he turns back to the two.
I take it these are second and third.
Their names will become apparent. Or they will choose them themselves.
What gave you this sudden inspiration? A couple hours ago, you didn't know what you wanted to be called.
I had no meaning then.
And now you do.
I understand a little more.
Do you wish to share that information?
I don't know how to describe understanding. Maybe you would call it faith.
That I understand. Prime Heart too, I'm sure.
Or calling. But for what, I don't know. I know my purpose right now is to be here for these two and to protect them.
We want them protected too. We don't want any harm to befall any of you.
I'm gonna take Holly. I'm gonna.
She's like way far away at this point. Yes.
Yeah, he'll walk over to her. I'll be here when you need me, but I'm gonna take a couple of days and try and build a second location that we can have these folks in. I don't think it'd be a good idea to have them here all the time. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, far away.
Not too far, just in case we get more we need to transport.
I hear that the Bilgeport is nice.
That might work. We just need to make sure
that's perfect. Yes, very far away. Other side of the city. Anywhere but here.
Just keep in mind, don't go spreading this around if you don't have to.
I don't even know what's going on, Owen. All I know is I have sick people who need those beds. Those people are dead, or were dead, or whatever. And now there's things that are there where those people used to be.
There are still people.
We'll see.
Nathan, and there are tons of buildings in the temple district that are abandoned. Some even still have furnishings.
Only issue that's still technically within the city. And I don't like setting anything up in there. Here I have a little more free reign and a little bit more security.
Holly kind of sighs. There's
I'll find something. I'll find.
I have a
place.
place you could take them. Sanctuary. It's a farm. It's technically outside the city. It's near the forest. A friend of mine runs it. Matthias. He takes in unwanted creatures. I'm not saying they're unwanted. I'm just saying that there's a place for them there. There's a place for anybody who needs it.
We'll make that the plan for now. Thank you.
Right. I'll get you directions, and she leaves to go write them down. Did I pull another name, Nathan?
That's my middle name.
Oh, damn it. We all play too much D&D. There's too many names running around.
Yeah, my middle name is Matthias, so when you said it, I was like, what? Hello? That's me?
Just make sure, yeah. Well, I'll talk to Matthias. We'll get this settled.
All right. She brings you back the instructions. Pesk?
Pesk pulls 3 pieces of flat, wide bone out of her bag and starts quickly tooling something on each piece.
Okay.
While she's watching the new Goa being birthed.
Okay.
and then she drills out a little hole in it with an awl and threads a bit of. Yes.
Aw.
Do you mind, love? Hi,
Is that
Papa.
Anya?
Yeah, sorry, my dog. Threads a bit of leather through for each of them, making a quick, basically like a birthday gift, for lack of a better term, but kind of like an intricate tribal design. Baby is okay. And hands them to First.
When I was born, the elders of our clutch and our tribe gave each of us a hatching gift. And these are for you guys if you would like them.
He kind of nods a little, but he doesn't look up.
She wasn't expecting him to.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Answers at some point. It seems I just got a lot of questions. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure Syl will be pleased.
I don't know. If someone came to you and said that there was a strange new way of finding lizard folk, it wasn't the way you were told about it, would you be immediately rushing to be happy about that?
If Stomir willed it.
Well, I don't claim to know as well.
This might be divine recourse. I don't know if the Goa worship anyone, but
Neither do I. But in a city where gods are outlawed, having anything of divine value
pardon my
should be
language.
cherished.
This is a bitch of a reformation.
As you guys, Owen came back into the room, obviously, and are sitting there. You guys are sitting, continuing talking for a bit. Sorry, I have to speed this up because we're just running out of time. I still got to finish with the other group. Probably maybe 20, 30 minutes later, you guys just continue talking. And if you guys want to talk afterwards and figure out more of what you talked about, that's fine. I apologize for cutting you guys off. And all of a sudden into it, the male gasps, even though there's no real gasp to it. No sound is made, but it just kind of just jerks open mouth and it just shocked and screeches up and First pushes his shoulder down and just kind of puts his elbow down against him and holds him down as the man starts to struggle and just kind of claw at his clothes and grab onto the arm and look at him like panicked. And he just kind of locks eyes with him for a moment, and you can just see the fear and the panic just drain slightly from him. And he looks at me and goes, "You are might." And he just takes a big, deep breath, and his whole body seems to relax. And over the next couple of minutes, it almost appears like his body becomes more muscular. It just grows in certain ways. Everything that you would think of to define a sculpture that would be entitled as might becomes what this is. And to an uncanny sense of the body and the face almost resculpts to fit how you guys are thinking about it. Almost like your thoughts are being imprinted onto this person's sculpt. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe not. I mean, might is a relatively common word, and the thoughts are fairly common, but it's uncanny. And a few moments later, the woman gasps, and the same thing happens, and he lets go of the one on the left, the man, and holds her down and puts a hand on her forehead and just whispers, "You are wit, calm," and just pets her head softly, and she calms down. And her body becomes lithe and simple, but keeping the details necessary in the face to portray meaning and context. That's where we're going to end with you guys. Coming back to the rest of you, yes, Rosie.
As everyone's leaving, Rosie's just gonna take a second, and just kind of watch them go, and she's gonna walk over to Nathan's uncle.
Just, excuse me, sir. This is very out of place for me. But
Probably.
Nathan is your nephew, right?
That's what they tell me.
Okay. He's your family.
Correct.
You're blessed to have that. Just remember, you should probably treat him a little nicer. Then she's gonna go.
As you are about to go through the door, you just hear this, "How dare you?" Do you stop?
Yeah, she's gonna turn her head around.
How dare you come into this house and speak to me like that?
I'm a bard, it's what I do.
Rosie the Bard. You should watch yourself.
I do. Every day.
Maybe watch harder. And he turns and
Thank
starts
you
walking
for
away.
your words of wisdom, sir.
And then she's gonna go follow Nathan.
Right? So you guys get upstairs and you pull out the maps. And as you do, you see the maps that have been worked on coming out of your estate here, the people that have been hired, the scouts and the other cartographers and your uncle, all that have been working on these maps. Over the next couple of hours, you start to research. You look at older maps, and you see that, yes, a lot of the trade routes seem to have been removed or shown that they're more dangerous now, like they've been destroyed, or all sorts of things throughout the entire kingdom, actually. All kind of guiding more trade towards Cinderhaven. And she'll say, "See, this is why I'm here. This is what I want to talk about." And it looks like it's not a small problem.
No, you're absolutely right. How have I not noticed this before?
Well,
I am so sorry.
do you review all the maps yourself?
No, I don't.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Who does? Who has the final say over these maps?
That would be my uncle.
She kind of just sighs and nods. Your uncle has, your uncle is from Highwater, yes? That's my understanding?
Yes.
Huh. And she points and just draws a line over the several good trade routes who all come to Cinderhaven, but also go right through Highwater as the first major city before here.
Mother.
I don't know
He's a
if
snake.
there's anything that can be done, and the
I
expense to fix all of this is going to be great.
But it's worth it because we've wronged you, and that is no way to run a business. And I
This
am
whole
so
kingdom
sorry.
has been wronged, but to get these changed, the final maps that are sent out bear the seal of approval of the king himself. The ones that are sent through all of the kingdom and the cities. So I don't know what you'll be able to do in the end, but at least now someone I think cares notices, and I appreciate that.
Of course I care.
It's hard to find people who care.
Indeed. You've always got a friend here. I promise
As
you that.
you in my city. And that's where we're going to end there. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so very, very much for being here. We will be continuing pretty much right where we dropped off here tomorrow on the 24th of Candon in the city of Cinderhaven, in the Kingdom of Soldan, in the world of Vale. I skip over the continent because I still don't remember the name.
Aluma.
Aluma. Gosh, I can't know. It's such a simple name.
Jamaica.
It's all Uma.
It is Uma.
It's all
It's Uma. All Uma all the time.
I miss Uma.
It's Uma all the way down.
We look, it's just shaped like her.
If you, Logan, if you remember that the mother dragon's name is Elumir Aruna, the
Yeah, I
continent
don't
derives
remember that.
itself from the.
We are doing such good work here.
And as a note, when you see me put my hand against my chest, that's Primeheart doing that, because he has a tattoo of the arrows crossed on his chest of Korra, and he does that when he's afraid.
Oh.
Aww.
All right. So, there you go. Congratulations, guys, for getting through to this point. One of the major plot points has been revealed finally. That felt good to finally get one of them out of the bag. And
I was so upset I wasn't there
another
because I
one
couldn't
sorta
say
has.
anything.
But yeah, we've got that's 1.5 out of the bag. I think now the one that kind of led to this is another one, but we'll get there. We got at least one more coming, hopefully next week, and this arc should go for about another, I think, month, especially with our 2 weeks of shorter sessions. Like next week, where we only have 3 sessions, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the following week, when we only have Tuesday. We might put in some reruns if somebody teaches me how to do that, and we'll learn how to put that up, and maybe. But Monday we have Countless Chronicles. If you like this and you want to get caught up, Countless Chronicles is Heather and Tessa. They will recap the last 2 weeks. And the previous one is on YouTube right now, which is YouTube. You have to click on the link somewhere because we don't have the super cool YouTube link yet. We don't have a named YouTube link yet. But thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you being here. And that is that. So we will see you all tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Hey, y'all.